Hello everyone, welcome back to another Tomato Sauce stream. Today we're going to be playing in the Angel Cup, and in that we are going to be playing Aquas because I really do enjoy Aqua at the moment. I don't necessarily think Aqua's going to be like a top tier contender, but I think it does have some potential to be like an okay kind of top of tier 3, bottom of tier dude style deck. It does have a lot of weaknesses that a lot of other decks also share, such as not having a great matchup into like Royal Rebels, not really having a good defensive game against something like Machines, and it's just overall probably going to get bullied by the better decks in the format. But we want to try something new, and of all the new stuff, so far, I think Aqua has performed the best. We'll have to wait and see after a few tournaments to see what actually is making it to these top positions. Now again, Angel Cup is going to be a single elimination event, which means if you just go against the guy that wins in round 1, it's not necessarily a great telling for how your deck actually did perform. But if we do scrub out, we will then just be jumping into ladder with Psychics, and we have cooked up something quite tasty. I have seen a few people come up with a similar Psychic build to the build that I've come up with. I'm not saying my Psychic build is going to be particularly good. I'm not saying it's the best way to build Psychics. It probably isn't. But it is kind of unique. I say unique, as I've literally just said I've seen a couple of other people build similar lists. But I came up with it kind of on my own, and then I've seen other people since then have also come up with something similar. We'll have to see if I actually can perform well. The deck's been doing okay in the brief bit of testing that we've done. But let's hop in, and we should go and take a look at the new card that we got. Because we did actually get one new card, and everyone's talking about this. If you go on any of the Discord servers, everyone is talking about Rhythmical Performer, which is a really cool new card, right? Send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, your opponent sends the top card of their deck to the graveyard, then if they send a spell trap, you just get to draw. And I think people really underestimate how powerful drawing cards is in Rush, because they're like, well, every turn you just draw it to 5 anyway, so it doesn't matter. It really does matter. Having more resources than your opponent is really, really important. And worst case scenario, this does just mill you. Now, milling your opponent isn't the greatest thing, because they probably want cards in the graveyard. But again, as some people have pointed out, this is pretty good into something like the Magnum Overlord, which does stack cards to the top of the deck, and it can be okay into the Cyburst list with the Maximum Ragnarok that can also stack cards to the top of the deck. So it has like some extra uses there. On top of the fact it's a water monster, so you could use this in like 7's Axel Road, and you could basically put this in just about anything. If you do happen to get that draw, it's just a really nice bonus. If you don't, it's still not the end of the world. It's like an okay body. And the way that this card used to be played, we go and take a quick gander over here. Where are we looking? The Psychic Thunderbolt list. So this was like an old list. Again, it's not quite the same because this is back when we had the Secret Order as a card. But as you can see, we do have the Melody, we do have the 3 Amusi, and we do have the Roman Pick. This is an example of like a Psychic package that you can put into a non-Psychic deck, which is a reason that it's kind of been restricted as hard as it has been. So, obviously, a lot of these cards aren't Psychic. I mean, you could even make the argument we slotted a bunch of non-Psychic cards into a Psychic deck here. The Psychic package is so big. But just being able to use things like Jamp Set, we can use Roman Pick, we can use, obviously, the Candy with the Melody. There's a lot of moving pieces here. And, again, until we get something like Thunderbolt or we get something like Secret Order, a deck exactly like this isn't exactly going to work. But it is still pretty cool nonetheless. Now, our Angel Cup should be starting in just a few minutes. Let's take a quick gander and see who did actually sign up to this event. It's always cool to see who has and see if us Westerners are taking over the Eastern tournaments. Right, we've got Bismuth. That's pretty standard. We've got Deku. Deku's obviously a pretty strong duelist. He's been showing up a little bit more lately. I recognize some of these pictures, but I couldn't tell you exactly who they are. I think that might be Happy Danny. Oh no, Happy... I don't remember what his Japanese name is on here. I hate that Konami puts the new cards in the random area of the card trader instead of the regular inventory. Yeah, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but I do understand. Oh, we haven't actually introduced the chat yet, but we've got Dragson in the chat, Rush Sleep. We've got Lancer dancing away. We've got Enter the Flugel with the Hello Everyone, and we've got Najeti Ursus with the AO. Hope everyone is having a great time. Good day so far. Who we got? We got David Magri. I don't know if we know this. This is Gozu. We got Ninjeti Ursus from the chat as in the tournament. We got obviously me. We've got, is there anyone else we recognize? Giorfio doesn't need any introduction. We've got Kai. Kai is a very strong duelist. He ended up being #1 ranked in the world during one of the GRFs. So, you know, very strong player, a lot of free time. We've got Zaga, and we've got Duan. And there is Duan in chat. Welcome, welcome on, Duan. Hopefully we don't run into each other super early like we did at the last Angel Cup, because that would not be fantastic, at least not for me. Right, let's hit refresh and see if the brackets have been posted just yet. Oh, it looks like they have. Okay, Giorfio versus Bismarck. Okay, that's... And Zaga versus Deku. It looks like all of the Westerners are being put against each other. I have Bilu. I don't know who Bilu is, but we're going to go ahead and hop into that and see what they're saying. And we might have to make the room as well. We'll see if they posted anything yet. Looks like they haven't yet. So, we'll go ahead and make the dual room. Going under the assumption that they are not about to send me the code themselves. We'll drop that into the chat, and then we will leave them a lovely little Japanese message and see what they respond. Alright, so now we wait for our opponent to hop on in. We'll get this out the way so we can actually see the game. Now we need to work out what exactly our opponent just said to us, because once again, we do not speak Japanese, or read Japanese. He said, thank you. Japanese players are always so nice. They're always so lovely. Hi, Tomato. Hello, Duke. I would like to join a tournament at some point, but I know I am not that good. The first step to entering a tournament is just do it. Except you're going to lose every game and just get the experience. Because, like, a lot of the time, people get, like, anxiety about joining a tournament, and the quickest way to get over that is just push through it. Rip that marinade off. Jump in a tournament. Accept you're going to lose every single game. Just try not to give a shit about it. And just understand how entering a tournament works. How, like, the kind of strengths and weaknesses of people's decks. And just kind of get the experience of using the tournament software. What do you get in this cup? Tomato. If we win, I think we get, like, basically $10. But we're not really in it for the prize. Let's see what our opponent has said to us. Nice little tiny comment. He said yes. Okay. He's just responding to my comment. Okay. Oh, now he's saying other things. Chuck this into the translator as well. Thank you for creating the room. God, you don't need to say thank you for every little thing, but they still do. These Japanese players are so lovely. So very lovely. So again, we're not expecting to win. If we scrub out really early, that's completely fine. We just don't really want to brick. If we get to just play the game, we'll be kind of happy, right? We just don't want to, like, hard brick, be unable to do anything, and then the game's over. That would kind of suck. That's what we're trying to avoid at all costs. Right, we're going first, which is quite nice, especially since this is more than likely going to be Cybers. This hand ain't great. If we can draw another normal summon. Okay, that makes it a little bit better. It's still not, like, fantastic, but this is okay. This is an okay open. We'll pass. $10 is a takeaway, right? I mean, basically, although the prices have gone up quite drastically. Takeout used to be a lot cheaper than it is now. So using Angel deck today, nice. Yeah, we're playing Aquas. That's what we're on currently. This is only the turn we normal summon it, so that's not going to do me any good. If we try to go aggressive, what do we get out of it? Potentially nothing, especially considering the deck that he's playing. I almost just don't want to go aggressive at all, to be honest. I feel like if we do go aggressive, we invite him to just counter our board, and we don't get any damage in any way. So what we might do is just straight up pass. Because it's a weird board state, right? Where I feel like unless we can beat set 3 pass, unless we have like our Thunder Gazelle, there's no real reason to go aggressive. I want to see the update of her deck. Well, you'll see it more as we play throughout. You got to push for that takeaway. I mean, it's a bit of a weird one though, because they hand out an Apple ID card or a Google Pay card, but they only work, both of those only work in your country of origin. So like when I've won them in the past, I've like tried to change my... I've tried to like use a VPN to kind of game the system, but like it hasn't worked, so we'll have to wait and see. How old is Mimi in sevens? Mimi is 42. Okay, so now he has started playing the game. We can now start also playing the game. There's a second hydration. That's not bad. There's no real reason to sit on this. So I think we will summon out the Poltricorn. We're then going to go ahead and Tribute 2. Summon out Diankito. We'll summon out Brick Phone. We're then going to activate Hydration. We're just going to get Poppin. Get rid of 1. We'll then activate another Hydration. We'll pop another. Is there a reason to lower the attack of his card? Probably not. Is that Tracy Mo TV with the huge raid? Welcome, welcome on in, everyone. We are currently playing in a Rush Duel tournament, and we're currently debating whether or not we're going to actually use one of our cards. I kind of want to clear that, so I think I am. Right, we're going to go for the Talisman Auxiliary here. As much as I don't really want to put 2 of these cards back into our deck, I do want to clear this whole board. And by doing this, I can, in actual fact, clear everything. So we're going to weaken this. Go to battle. I say clear everything. We're going to clear the big guy and the other guy that's in attack. We get in for some okay damage. We've increased our life points. We're feeling pretty okay about this. He has 3 cards in hand, which is always going to be a little bit scary. We've also already used the Talisman Auxiliary, which is also a little bit scary. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, welcome on in, Raiders. We're currently playing in a Japanese Rush tournament with the release of the new box. We're testing out all the new stuff. But welcome, welcome on in. Let's give a shout out to Tracy. I hope the name is pronounced Tracy, by the way. I hope I'm not just like, it's not like Trackimo. It could be Trackimo. I don't know. Oh, don't double Chaos Femtron me, bro. You don't need the +2. Right, let's see what our opponent has. Potentially, he could like pop off here. In which case we could be about to get bullied quite handily. I've also just realised that we've had the Dual Link sound effects on twice, so they've probably been sounding very strange. But we've turned that off now. He's on Sigistate Soul, which is actually quite a choice inclusion. Most people don't bother playing this card. Okay, so he's going to use Perceptical Mani, he's going to weaken us down, which is fine. Our graveyard's looking a little bit barren. The nice part of this is that we've already hit all 3 of his back row hate, which means our trap cards should be safe, basically, forever now. We're not going to bother using it here because there's no reason to. Nicely under that 3,000 though, which is basically where we want to be. This is a little awkward, but still kind of fine. So we'll go Kanan. We'll go Brickphone Nyan Nyan. If we boost this, we can get it up by 7. Which means we still can't clear both, which is very awkward. What we can do is activate our Hydration. We can pop this. I could weaken 1. But it's like, it's very awkward. I think we have to do both, right? So we have to do this, I think. So we're going to activate Brickphone Nian Nian. We'll discard. Or put that back. Then we're going to lower this one. I can add a card back to my hand, but there's no reason to right now. Then we tribute over this. Put this. Activate the skill. Boost this to the card's attack up. Go to battle. Swing over this. And then swing over this. So it's not like... It's not clean. Like, it's far from clean. If he does just rip the max, we do just die. It's exact lethal if he just rips the max. We can't stop it. So, let's just hope he doesn't draw the 3 exact cards he needs. He only has 1 copy of R left in his deck currently. There's the L. Ugh, please don't have drawn the max. There's the L again. Okay. We should try and catch up with chat if we can. Hello. Hi, Tracy. Still sick. Hello. Hello, Duke. Yes, I'm better. Oh, I hope you're feeling okay. Welcome back, Tracy. Thank you for the follow, John O'Gel. So Mimi is really 37. Oh, yeah, she's 37, not 42. That's right. In Duel Links. Oh, no. I keep thinking she's 42, but I think that's just because that's the funny number. Okay. So far, this is fine. Right now, this is completely fine. Activates Perceptical Manny. Shoves more cards back in his deck. 1, 2... I'm not a big fan of him putting all these cards back in his deck that he wants. This is kind of scary. That is more than fine. I will allow this. So we take the 7. And then if we take all of this, we're taking way too much. So we go Buffered Slime to survive the turn. Unfortunately, we haven't really done enough damage to potentially do like a huge play here. We did already put our Karibot back in the deck as well, which kind of stings. So what's he got left in his deck? He's got all pieces of the maximum, so we can't just like do nothing, unfortunately. So we'll go Karibot. We're going to go Kanan. We're going to go ahead and tribute both. We're going to summon out our ever faithful D and Keto. We're going to summon out the Fashion of Faith. We're going to activate Fashion of Faith's effect. We're going to draw a card. Now, I could pop one of these using this, reduce the other one down. That would put it to, what, 14 off, puts it on 900, so that'd be 2,000. That's just nowhere near lethal, is the issue. So, I think we always use TSA. Now the question is what we put them back in. You, and probably you, to be honest. We're going to set this. Then the question is, are we summoning this? I think we are. Like, this is super awkward is the issue. Like, no matter how we do this, it doesn't end, like, particularly well. If he just draws the max, I think we're cooked either way. So we'll swing over this, swing over this, swing over this. If we just had Negate Attack, because he's already used all 3 of his back row hate, so if we just had Negate Attack, we would feel so safe, but we have not seen it. It's still in our deck. Currently she's 39 after 2 years before Yuga returns to the past. I witnessed the stupidest move the AI in Duel Links has ever made. It made a board with my card first, then just use Dark Hole. Standard. Put a card to the top of the deck. Then tributes that without using the effect, so we don't want to mill the cards in our deck then. Reveals that, burns for 300. Oh, yeah, I think that's lethal. Damn, that sucks. Oh wait, no, you can't use the skill anymore. So is this, that's 14 plus 11. That's a shame. I think we had to push the advantage where we could, because there was a good chance that he drew out the max and we just died. It's an awkward one to call. Like, maybe there was a better play we could have made. Like, leaving, obviously, 2 weak attack monsters on the field was not great, but, like, we needed to do something. What makes it sting more is that our opponent is not playing a very good version of this deck. Like, if we were losing to, you know, the correct build, it would feel a lot, like, better than it does. But he's playing, like, the really bad burn version with Siege State Soul, which, oh, that stings a bit. But again, this is a tier 1 deck, so... Is this tournament already? Yes, this is. We are playing in the tournament. We're already a game down, and we've opened terribly in game 2. We can get a whole hand empty, I guess, so that's kind of okay. I'd really like to get on a Negate Attack. Having Negate Attack live is so important. Especially in a matchup that we're not meant to win. The worst part here is now we're just going to take some free damage. If he uses the skill, we might be okay. Yeah. We just have to take, like, a free smack to the face and there's nothing we can do about it, which really stings. Magoto, this is a bloody tomato British, mate. Hello, Dr. Dinosaurio. Welcome on in. What? Why are we... He said it, and then activated it. Which is a bit weird. Like he correctly set it, and then decided to click it a bunch more to make it activate. Unfortunately, we still are going to take the 25 or the 15 for free, which really stings, but... Maybe we'll be... Or, we'll draw, like, utter ass. I mean... On the plus side, if he doesn't find his maximum, he can't actually do anything here. He just has to just attack 3 set guys. How have we just drawn all 3 Karibot? Oh, this is 2 turns in a row where we've just drawn utter crap. And it's really not looking good for us. This is what we didn't want. We didn't want to brick into losing. That was the one thing we didn't want. And we've cut... Game 1 went, like, okay. Like, we did brick a little bit, but it, like, wasn't that bad. Here, though, this is pretty atrocious. Okay, that's fine. Right, we need boss monsters to be able to play the video game. Can we find them? That is a boss monster. Okay, okay. We are gaming now. Let's see what we can do. So we'll go Karibot. We're going to activate Karibot effect. We're going to grab the card back to hand. Then we're probably just going to set the Karibot straight away. I don't see a good reason not to. We're then going to tribute both. Summon out Ledian Kito. We'll summon out the Fashion of Faith. Activate its effect to take a draw. That draw doesn't really do much for us here, unfortunately, but it's okay. We now probably just normal summon Kanan. And now we have to decide if we're going to activate one of our back row. I think we always Diankito here. We're going to discard this. I think this is like less value a lot of the time here. We'll just get that out of his hand. I don't like him having that. Then... the question is, are we going to use our back row? I'm really not sure if we want to. What would we be putting back in? It's not great value. The issue is as well, if he does hit... If he finds particle acceleration and hits the correct cards, we get punished so much for using TSA early. So I think we're just going to do this. Okay, he has a fresh hand of 5 cards. It's still not hard for him to out this board. Like, this is a very, very outable board. But let's see what he does. Let's see what he does. Our hand going into next turn is looking quite nice. The only thing we're really lacking is like back row hate. But obviously we'd really like to have our negate attack just for a bit of insurance. But can't always get what you want. Maximum Ragnarok on 1 monster, so he's almost certainly just going to weaken our Dean Keto. Tributes over it. Summons out Receptacle Mani. This will let him put cards back in his deck. What is the disadvantage and advantage of Maximum? So the disadvantage is you only get 1 monster, right? So you can only attack once, basically. Unless you have, like, Harpy, which can attack multiple times, right? Also, if your monster gets outed by a single card, you're now, like, wide open. Obviously, that's not great. But the plus sides are pretty much all of them are immune to trap cards, which is a quite nice boon. As well as they are, you know, relatively durable. A lot of cards say they only work on, like, level 8 or lower, so those type of cards would work on them. Okay, let's go Seahorse Carrier. Activate the effect. We'll take back the Canaan. We'll then tribute both of our monsters. Summon this out. Now the question is, do we end on the better board or do we go for that? No matter how you do it, it's a little bit tricky. I think we will probably want to end on the stronger board. So we'll go Fashion of Faith. Activate the effect. Hydration here is not bad. Then we're going to summon out Brickphone Nian Nian. We'll go ahead and tribute both of our monsters. Then we'll summon out Canaan. Now we're going to activate Talismanic Seal Array. And we'll put back 1, 2, 3, 4 probably. Target this. We'll activate the hydration. We'll go ahead and pop this. Activate Disco Fever. Shouldn't really matter, but just in case he's got very good back row back there. We'll go to battle. We'll swing into this. And we'll swing into this. And we'll swing in directly. Okay, we got game 2. We got game 2. We are not out of this game just yet. Is this the tournament? I got hit by the ads last time I asked. Yes, this is the tournament. We're in round 1. We're currently 1 apiece. So we'll see if we can win this last game to take it. Sidekicks best deck. Sidekicks. Sidekicks best deck. Not sure what you mean by that, Duel Links Alpha. I think there's an in-joke there I'm not understanding. Now I understand that is why Tributing Monster is way better. Thanks for the info. I mean, it depends, right? It's never like... It's never guaranteed what's better and what's worse. It does get fixed with newer maxes. Yeah, a lot of the newer maxes are incredibly strong compared to the older ones. This hand is ass. But, as long as we have bodies, we can block all of his attacks as long as he doesn't summon out the max. So, we might just be okay. I don't know, have we seen his middle maximum yet? Like, he might just not be on it. I literally don't think we've seen it. So he might be on like 1 copy or 0 copies. Cybertech Alligator, unfortunately, doesn't really help. I could use it to beat over one of these, but then the other one just kills it because he can reduce it by 800. So it doesn't really change anything here, unfortunately. I don't really want to give up the Fashion of Faith either, but I think having a Canaan in hand is probably going to be really valuable when we do want to make a Disco Fever play. Be careful, Tomato. What's up, Duke? I can only do what I can do. I am unable to make plays that are not available for me. Ooh, lots of back row. Chaos Femtron is so obnoxious. There's no reason to not use Chaos Femtron's effect. I'm just not going to use it though. Right, we've got 3 big bosses out. Which is kind of fine. It's going to be annoying to deal with it when we eventually have to deal with it, but... Like we say, you can't get damage in yet. I wish you good luck. I mean, I might need it at this point. This is going quite badly. Oh, that's really bad. Because now we can't afford to just do nothing. But we can't really do anything either. This really stinks. We can't afford to just leave our hand full of cards. We are getting very unlucky here in this game 3. Watch him use, like... Okay, he's not going to do anything. So he has either Widespread or Slime back there. If he had Widespread, that would have been a massive punish. But again, like, we can't not attack. We are just completely screwed if we don't attack. Right, the fact that Negate attacks here tells me he's got Slime face down. Oh, we're going to lose so many life points, and it's not our fault. We can't do anything about it. This is just the hand we've been dealt. But we are about to take so much damage. Which just absolutely stings. Oh no, this is bad. So you're planning to defend next turn? I mean, Duke, it doesn't work like that. We don't get to decide ahead of time what we want to do. If I can clear his board, I'm going to clear his board. But I'm probably just not going to get the option. We're just drawing atrociously. We are getting really bad luck here, which is very, very bad. Look at how much damage we're taking. We're taking 4,600 damage. And again, we can't do anything about this. Like, we haven't made a misplay yet. This is just the hand we've been dealt. See, now the issue is we have so few life points remaining. Just putting monsters in attack mode is now dangerous. We don't have another boss engraved to fetch back, which does make... Even just summoning Fashion of Faith in attack mode is now very dangerous. If he just summons out Perceptical Mani, I think we just die. Ah, this sucks so much. Right, we always carry her. We always take back Canaan. We're never doing anything with Karibot, realistically. I'm going to tribute these two. Summon this. We're going to activate its effect. I'm just going to send this to grave. Ah, he has no high level. Stings. We really needed that 1,000 life points. So we have two options, right? We either summon both of these in attack, try to just clear some of this board up, which, by the way, is not going to be much, and we hope the draw saves us, or we don't do that, we just attack, and then we just have to pray he doesn't draw another Perceptical Mani. Like, we're in between a rock and a hard place. Our life points are so low, again, through no fault of our own. Like, we didn't play incorrectly and lost a load of life points. We just drew badly. Yeah, we're getting hard sacked right now, Manicus. We are getting hard sacked. We have just been bricked up this entire time. We're just unable to play the game. We lost game 1 because we got unlucky, and then we won game 2 even though we were getting unlucky, and now game 3 we've had the worst luck of all 3 games so far, which is not going well. Oh, he is playing the middle max, just the one piece though. I mean, if he doesn't have Perceptical Mani, we're still alive, I think. No, that's just death. It's death on board. There's nothing we can do. Yeah. I mean, again, there's nothing we could have done. We got unlucky. Again, the thing that sucks is his deck was ass. Like, his deck was really bad. Like, it was a really bad version of Cyberse. That's what stings. If we lost to, like, the correct build of Cyberse, we're like, oh, we lost to the second best deck in the game. We're playing a meme deck. It's kind of whatever. But we lost to the bad version, like the meme version of this deck, which that's what stings. Again, if he wasn't playing like we say, the garbage version, like it's like whatever, right? But what can you do? What can you do? Sometimes you just scrub out. Again, we bricked all 3 games. We opened game 2 with 3 Karibots in hand, right? We unbelievably got shafted on the RNG in all 3 games. It's a miracle we even managed to win 1. So I'm disappointed, obviously, but if the luck went even remotely our way, I think we 3-0'd that guy. Like, his deck was pretty trash, and there was like nothing to really worry about there. Alright, but now it happens. Quantum Tournament will be later. I mean, yeah, it just sucks because I always feel like Angel Cup is more competitive. So, like, I really want to do well in these, playing against all the Japanese players, but it is what it is. And now we're going to jump into some Psychic. So, we've been on a bit of a win streak. We've like just a little 4-win streak with the old Psychic deck. But this Psychic deck's pretty fun. We've been enjoying it, and it's kind of unique. So, let's see how it goes. Aren't you going to join Quantum's Tournament? Yeah, we'll join it, but like, it's one of those things as well. I've never been a huge fan of single elimination. Like, it's never really been my forte. I think Spellcasters might be tier 1 with Sorcerer. I've had so much fun. I think tier 1 is a bit of a stretch, mate. I think it's a completely fine tier 2 deck. I don't think that 1 card suddenly makes it, like, cracked or anything. Alright, let's do this. We'll just go for the old set 3 pass. Let's see what our opponent does. Right. Adds peaks. So we've got the Construct Ballistopia skill, which is kind of the other skill that this deck can use. Obviously, the benefit of this skill primarily is that you can use non-worm cards in the deck. That's kind of the main thing. Based on ranks, Roman is the strongest female in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Series so far, just based on their dueling history. I mean, that's not too surprising. Roman, if you were an anime character, right, and you basically get to fix your hands to have exactly what you need whenever you need, then yeah, like, Psychic can pop off. Like, Psychic can be an unbelievably strong deck. You just have to, like, get a little bit lucky, right? That makes sense why Konami is shafting her at every given opportunity. I think it's more that we can't trust the player base with her cards more than anything. It's like, sounds really funny, but... alright, we'll go Rhythmical Performer. We'll activate the effect. We milled our own spell. Unfortunately, it's not really what we were after. We can't flip this down. We can boost up our whole board, though, if we want to. So we'll go Siesta Torero. We'll go ahead and activate the Speedy Performer and boost this. Unfortunately, we milled another good card, but it is what it is. We'll Tribute 1, Tribute 2. We'll go ahead and activate Prima. We'll set 1, set 2. Now, do we want to flip one down? I guess we kind of want to put some of these cards back in our deck, so we will do this. We'll probably just let him keep Essel. I don't think we care about Essel. So I want this back in the deck, I want this back in the deck, and probably don't need that. Probably just put this back in the deck. Yeah, we'll just flip this Essel down. Go to battle, we'll just swing over this. We're not looking to get big damage in here, I just want to clear the board. Then we'll pass. The main issue is that the way that we've built this deck is to basically deal with level 8 and lower monsters, and a level 10 monster gets in the way of that pretty bad. Alright. The old 3 defense pass, eh? How about we find one of our... I mean... I guess that could have been worse. We'd need Jamp up to really do a big push. Maybe we don't. It depends what his back row is, but I suppose we can just play around it either way, right? So we can just normal summon Candy. Then we can activate Jamp Check. Take a little look-see at this. Oh, is that a recital I see? Yeah, sure, I'll gain some life points. That sounds nice. Then we'll go ahead and activate our skill. We'll target this. Add a card to our hand. You know what? I would really like to get this Prima Katana to my hand. I think Prima Katana is really what's going to make the difference here. So we'll Tribute 1, Tribute 2, summon this. Then we'll summon out the Silent Assailant. Then we're going to go ahead and activate Prima Katana. And then we're going to go ahead and activate Prima Katana. We're going to be 100 life off. That's so sad. I think we still go for it. If we get punished, we get punished. But I think we always go for the, like, putting him down to no life points at all. Alright, 100 life. Let's pass. Right, now this is where we get absolutely punished. We're going to get absolutely bodied because we threw away our card. Hey, it doesn't matter, we get the win. Nah, we don't need to say that replay. I don't think that was a particularly good one. I heard her fusion deck is strong. I mean, it's not bad. But her fusions aren't anything super crazy. They basically just do what Psychic does. More, right? It's more boost a load of attack points. I think one of their guys can, like, pop back row. Like, it's not a bad subsection of fusions. But they're not anything super crazy. Realistically, I think that's what the other 3 characters do have. Is Yuga, Luke, and Gavin all get really, really powerful fusion monsters. And Romans are like, they're still fine, but they don't do anything like crazy or unfair. I think that's my biggest takeaway from it. I always, if ever I see Roman pick, it's always like right at the start of the game when you're just like, I really don't want you right now. But we have enough monsters that we don't have to do anything with her right now. So we'll do this. Let's see what our opponent does. Reset Runner. Mills the shield and sword. That's quite nice for us, I suppose. Got the whole hand empty. Unfortunately, the Reset Runner hit the only monster that it could clear, which is a little bit sad, but it, you know, is what it is. This kind of stinks. I could do this, pay the life, then do that. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. Right, so we'll go Silent Assailant. We'll go Seraph of Darkness. We're going to activate our skill. We're going to target our Silent Assailant. This then lets me use my Seraph of Darkness and change this to defense mode. That now means I can summon out Roman Pick, activate its effects, Now we can take back a card to our hand. Unfortunately, this isn't quite what we were after. We'll take the Candy, I think. We'll go ahead and Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Then we'll go ahead and use Can Melody, put this back in our hand, and we'll shuffle away one of these back row. Then we can summon out the boy. Are we summoning a Candy and slapping? That seems really stupid. We're going to set it. I think it would be really, really stupid for us to do that. We are going to have to clear this. I don't really care about that one, so I might just kill the Reset Runner. Yeah, we're going to kill the Reset Runner. Then we'll pass. Alright. Not too bad, though. What a letdown, they nerfed her. Hey, Tomato, do you think Uamu will surpass Roman? I think Uamu's deck is a lot better than Roman's. And if we count her, like, new deck as well, that's also a lot better than Roman's. So, who knows? Also, it depends where the story goes as to whether or not, like, we just add a huge chunk of extra losses to her streak. Like, anyone who's watching the show will kind of get what I'm suggesting there. Her deck is the Dark Matter and Machine. Well, see, now that's kind of spoilery, but yeah. We were trying to avoid that, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm sure no one here even watches the show, or if they do, they're always up to date anyway. So it's not a big deal. I just like to try and be a bit delicate with it just in case. This name's familiar, but I don't know if this is actually who I think it is or not. There's a show! Absolutely, there's a show. It's very hit or miss. So, alright, I will say this. The Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s and Go Rush shows, they're not bad, right? They're not bad. They are, at times, a little bit silly, a little bit slapstick. They are obviously designed to be enjoyed by children and adults alike. And because they are designed to be enjoyed by children, sometimes they feel a little bit, a little bit Disney. They feel a little bit... that's catastrophic. I mean, we can still play the game, but, like, I don't want to do this play. But because of that, they don't have a lot, at least a lot of the time, they don't have any, like, mature themes going on. Behold, Ready Shine. Yeah, level 5. And we just have to swing over this. I mean, obviously, this is not ideal, but, like, what else could we do, realistically? Oof, my round 2 opponent was playing 35 random card pile with no skill. It feels bad to beat these players. So I just bricked a bunch, Dwan. It sounds like you've got a free ride. Why wasn't I on your side of the bracket? I mean, to be fair as well, we were playing against, like, it was a bad version of Cyburst, but it was still Cyburst, right? Ah, bro, you don't need to have every out. And also, what is this? Oh, this is the Monarch list, okay. Alright. Guys, we're going next, okay? We have bricked into Oblivion, and our opponent has drawn the God Hand. We're going next. That one didn't count. That one didn't happen. We'll just go to the next one. We're on a 6 streak right now. Many fans in Yu-Gi-Oh! Want the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG MC from manga to be the next Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonist for anime. I think if they did another anime, it's tricky. It's not an easy problem to solve. Part of me would like to see them do a rerun of, like, do like what Dragon Ball Z Kai did, or what the Digimon Tamers did. Like, go back to, like, the original characters and try and, like, do nostalgia bait anime, because I would enjoy watching that. I don't know if that'd actually help the card game in any meaningful way, though. So, I mean, some people play the Psychic deck with, like, 6 boss monsters, and they're like, oh, I got an 11 streak with my 6 boss monster Psychic deck. And I'm like, how did you just not open double boss monster in any game? Because if you do that, the game's over. And they're just like, oh, it just didn't happen. And it's like, aha. So what you're saying is the deck can get a 12 streak when you get lucky. It's like, well, if you're getting a 12 streak when you get lucky, any deck can get a 12 streak when it gets lucky. Is that a Hammer Crush? Whoa. Alright, do not reward this man by letting him empty his entire hand, please. Just don't let him set 6 cards. Anything but set 6 is fine. If he has to keep 1 card in his hand, I'm happy. Do not set 6. Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh. I mean, what does this hand even actually do? The issue is, he's going to... If we set this, he's just going to Hammer Crush it. We can get that out. Alright, screw it. Let's go for it. We'll go Candy. We'll ready Shine. Target Candy. We'll go ahead and grab Jamp Up. Then we're just going to go ahead and throw down the Jamp Up. We're going to target our Candy. We're going to special summon Prima. Then we're going to summon out Speedy Performer. Oh, I need a normal monster. Oh, we should have done that first. That's what I get for not playing this deck as much as I should. Boost his attack. Summon. We're just going to activate Prima at this point. Swing. Swing. Oh, are we going to get 43 damage in? Hey, we did not expect to get 43 damage in. Alright, so now he's going to Hammer Crush our back row, which does kind of suck, but... What is going on in this chat? Remember Yuga's ultimate duel in Go Rush, where he summons his friend's ace monsters? Yeah, that was awful. The real Psychic players predict bad hands and avoid them. That's where the Psychic players are at. Too bad he didn't maximum summon. Tomato Kako, I don't know what that means. Watching Being Alone in Unknown World is sad to watch. Tomato Taco. Check his balls. Okay, I don't really know what that means. You threw no balls check. Ah, I see what's going on. See, for me, Duke and Soromia in my chat program have the exact same color. So, I was reading this all coming from one person. And it was like, no wait, that's not what should be happening. That's all coming from 2 different people. Yeah, we did indeed throw, because we don't play Psychic enough to know that we need a normal monster to use Jamp Check. That's our problem. Bro, what do you... Stop. Stop summoning Mega Monarchs. Why are we using Tribute to the Doomed? That's just to get the card out of the hand? There was no reason to TTTD there. Alright. Draw an out to this Mega Monarch. Let's go. I mean, this does out the Mega Monarch. This hand is very awkward, though. Just like, we can out the Mega Monarch and then... like, nothing. If I just weaken it... what can we get it down to? Lose 16. I think we just go for a TSA play, right? And then we'll just try and slap it. If it loses 16, it goes down to 8. That means he'd lose 400, 400, 412. We can't even kill him. Okay. We'll just go Siesta then. We'll just attack over it. We'll go Siesta Torero. We'll put back you, and you. Flip him down, set this, and we'll set 1, set 2, set 3, go to battle, swing over this. Give him a little kiss, and we'll pass the turn. Also, hello Sora, by the way. I realised I didn't actually greet you. Welcome, welcome. How weird can balls be? We all have balls. Not everyone has balls. Just saying. You know, there are multiple genders, there are... eunuchs. I don't know how many eunuchs exist in 2024, but maybe some. This is a dueling stream, not some weird stuff, bro. I mean, Soromia brings the weird stuff no matter where they go, so don't worry about it too much, Duke. Don't be immoral here for the viewers. It's okay, Duke. It's fine. Sora is a special case. We do allow Sora. Sora is actually one of Grand Harrier's and possibly going to be one of Quantum's moderators. tournament moderators. Starting to get a bit of clout in the server, that Sora is, in the community. Oh no, he's gonna... Oh, my back rows are spells! He's gonna get a free pop! We're getting bullied by monarchs. Particle acceleration. There's another pop. I mean, if we don't die here, I'm not feeling too bad. I want to follow him soon. I'm the greatest rush duelist of all times. Sora is, without a doubt, like the second best spellcaster player to ever play the game. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not even going to explain why. I'm just going to say that. I was waiting for that. Yeah, Sora Mir is the second best spellcaster player of all time. On Duel Links. Stop. Why? You just popped all 3 of my back row. Bro. Calm your tits. I wish to play. Ah, this is a very nice hand, actually. The only problem is that back row. I do not believe we've seen any trap cards. We can deal with it with that. So we'd have to summon this. Activate the skill. Target this. Add a card to our hand. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bodies currently. We have to discard 1. Then we want to put this back in our hand. So we'll summon out Rhythmical Performer. Activate its effect. Then we will tribute 2. Which is going to be 1, 2. Drop this. Activate the effects. Pop this back in our hand. We're just going to deal with this back row. I just do not want to deal with that whatsoever. And then we just win the game, right? Like, they don't have to think about this. We do Tribute to the Doomed. Discard this. Pop the defense monster. That's 400 damage. That's a little bit extra. That's the last bit we need. Go to battle. Swing over. Slap. Go get him, Candy! Alright, I'll save that, I guess. Was okay. Could be worse. Alright, let's see. Let's catch up with chat once again. This is fun. You'll say first after you see my new spicy tech for today's tourney. Is it? Is it Zeus? That's my question. Just a simple yes or no. I don't need any more information than that. Can't beat Yuga himself. Possibly not. Chatting while watching the duel. At least Sora is near to the road becoming the king of rush duels. Mellow D with up is game. Oh, no more ups. Yeah, we went through them all. So Sora, who is the #1 rush duelist before... Yes, we're only talking about specifically spellcaster duelists. Because Sora Mir is nowhere near the best rush duelist. Otherwise, they would have a lot more tournament wins. And they would have qualified for Worlds. Probably my eternal rival, Paco. Now, Paco's my eternal rival. You can't have him as well. That's not how that works. Oh, come on. Come on, game. What's this crap? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do with this? We pass. Seeing Rush Duel's rival in dueling is exciting to watch. It's okay, Sora. You still get to be the second best spellcaster player of all time. I don't have any spellcaster emotes anymore, so you can just have you can just have a bear emote. There you go. I wanna play the game. I just wanna play. I just wanna play the game. Ah. All right, Candy. Activate the skill. Target the candy. Add a card to hand. Jamp up. Activate Jamp up. Send this. Summon this. Set. And then I think we have to Tribute to the Doomed. We cannot keep having this many high levels in our hand. The main issue is that, once again, if he just draws well enough, we do just die. Let's see what he does. How can I be the second best spellcaster duelist? I'm the only one. Well, so, first off, you betrayed the spellcasters and started playing machines. You know, that's the first, like, strike against you. Second off, there are still people that do play spellcasters. If you go into any of the Japanese point battles, there's always tons of people playing spellcasters. This turned out to be fun, Tomato. I don't know how we won, but we'll take it. We bricked into oblivion, and still our opponent scooped. We will take it. Yggdrago is one of the deadliest monsters in the game. Well, it's not if it never hits the field. So... oh, enter the Flugel, enters the fray. We're going to get a spellcaster off. Just have a quick peek and see how this tournament's progressing. So Gozu got knocked out in round 1 as well. Ursus is currently sprinting through, so is Dwan. So we're going to get Dwan versus Ursus. That's going to be an exciting one. Bismuth is still in at the moment. Deku got 2-0'd, feels bad. Kai got 2-0'd, feels bad. We got 2-0-1'd, feels bad. That's kind of it. The guy that beat us is currently on a tear. He's made top 8 already. We're going to have to make sure that Dwan and Ursus tell us their decks. Or whoever loses at least tells us their deck. So we can put it into our spreadsheet. I'm not a fan of this. Set. So I don't really want to play Candy in attack mode against this board. Like, realistically, we can't do anything meaningful off of it, so we'll see what he does. Because Taco is stronger, which is Tomato's rival. It's Paco Taco Wako. We will call him Paco, not Taco. He's not just a taco. Ah, that's why I don't like seeing widespread this early. Okay, we're playing against the best deck in the format, which means our chances of winning should be very slim, but we'll see what we can do. If he just doesn't summon Innovator, we're in an okay spot. If he just summons Innovator, that is kind of like an Innovator. It's kind of like the 4th Innovator. Fortunately, he sucks at luck. Alright, reveals the Gold Rush. Puts a card from his field back into his deck. Then summons out the Aim Eagle. Presumably the tribute for that Gold Rush. Then he's going to set another card. So this was just to try and fix the hand a little bit while still being able to get aggressive with 2 attacks. Okay, I don't hate that. That's really weird. Like, that's not inherently a bad hand to draw, it's just really weird. So we're going to summon out the Candy. We're going to activate Ready Shine, target the Candy. Then I think we add Prima here, because there's no real reason to add the other. This is where it gets funky though, because I want to put this back in my hand, but I don't really have the option to. Because I need to use this to pay life points as well. And this is a light monster, so I can't do it that way I want to. Are we just going to have to accept we can't get the Roman Pick effect off? No matter what, we lose something. We lose the Roman Pick or we lose the bounce. We already have that in the grave. I mean, alternatively, we could pay the 1,000. But then that's super awkward. Like, that's very, very awkward. But we do get the Roman pick off of it. But, like, for what end? Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to set this. Then I'm going to actually tribute these two. This is probably really stupid, but I really just want this the value off of Roman pick, so we're doing it this way. Then we're going to summon out the Roman pick. Activate its effect. So I can actually just put this back in my hand if I want. Which is very funny. It doesn't really help me, but I can do it. I actually think you're probably the better take here. Then I'm going to activate Jamp up. I'm going to get rid of this Roman pick to summon out the Can Melody. We can then use Can Melody to pop this back in my hand and get rid of this. Then we can add a Candy back from our graveyard to our hand again. We can summon out the Silent Assailant. Why have I done this? I've actually ended on a really weird board where I can't actually clear. I was so hyper fixated on getting the value off of Roman pick that I was like, yeah, who cares if I can't clear the board? It doesn't matter. Ugh, there's a bot here again. Get out of here, bot. Damn, I need a rival. Feel left out. There's always more rivals to go around. Yo, Tomato, any rival suggestion from Manicist Heart here? He is sad. I mean, I think Draco Kid's just trying to make everyone his rival, so you could probably go for him. Rivalry is not real. One day someone is your rival, and the next day the same person betrays you with a prehistoric vegetable. That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. Hello, my sweet Mr. Tomato. Hope you're doing great today. Hello, Sakadetsu. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. We're making a mess out of this game, but that's par for the course, really. Oh, we've got all my favourites here today. We got Sora, we got Saku, we got Duke, we got Manicist, we got Flugel, we got all the besties. I mean, have we used both of our Primas? We have. Which means we're just dead, aren't we? That's not ideal. We only have 2 Primas in the deck. We can flip one down. We can get a Prima. Okay. Torero. Torero effect. Prima. Okay, Prima Roman pick. That's going to be the... Just a load of dead air at the end of the song. Let's just get rid of that. We're going to flip Gold Rush down. Then I'm going to summon out Candy. I'm going to go ahead and activate the skill. Target the Candy. Add a card to our hand. I would really like this Prima Katana in my hand, you know. Then I'm going to summon out this Candy. We're going to activate this Jamp check. We're just going to get rid of this pesky back row. Just do not want to deal with that at all. Just get out of here. I would love to gain some life points, thank you. Then I'm going to go ahead and tribute both of these monsters. Before activating Prima Katana's effect. And then, you know what, screw it. We'll do this as well. We'll just get some damage in. We'll go 1, 2, 3, and then probably just this. Because, I mean, if he draws another Innovator, we're just dead anyway, so it's like, why not? Swing over this, because that's 1600 baht. And swing over this. Get out of here. And then we just pass. Not the strongest board, but it's what we have got. Having a rival helps you improve your game. We're the best of the best. Exactly. I tried. Oh, no, what happened? Did you lose to Dwan? I need to investigate. Oh no, Ursus. On the plus side, Dwan's made top 4, which is quite good. What were you playing today, Ursus? Ninjatea Sus. I must know for the spreadsheet. Okay. These are cards. These are certainly cards. 7's Axel Road. Nice. So you did quite well then with the 7's Axel Road. That's good. We have one card in hand. Right, I need to check my graveyard quick. What do we have in here still? One. We've got another one of that there. We've only seen one of those. So I can add... If I take this, I can add that to hand. We're probably going to sack this off for that anyway, which means I think I just want another body. A dark body would be good, so we'll take this. Then, we'll go ahead and activate Jump Up. We're going to send this away to call upon Can Melody. We're then going to summon out Silent Assailant. We're then going to go ahead and activate our skill. Boost this up. Activate Can Melody. Pop this back in the old hand. Get rid of this. And then we can add this back to our hand again. Then we'll summon out Siesta Torero, activate its effect. We'll put some more cards back into our deck. I don't think I need more of that. Put that back in. We'll flip that down. Normal summon. Set. Go to battle phase. Swing over this. Hit him for 9. And then get in for 15. Now, if our back row survives, we're actually feeling pretty good here. Unfortunately, he's only seen one back row hate so far, which means he's probably got at least 2 left in the deck. So we're not expecting our back row to stay. And if our back row doesn't stay, we're not feeling very good about this at all. So we're probably dead, but we were probably dead last turn and we survived. So let's just keep riding that high and see how it goes. We're probably dead. We're probably super dead now because any boss monster kills us. So the second he activates this card's effect, we're basically dead. But there's a slim chance he didn't draw one. Now it's getting like ever like slimmer and slimmer and slimmer, right? I'm pretty sure we're just dead. How I get the rare Primogatana from the selection box. Yes, which is a pain in the ass, but it is what it is. The rush selection box. Yes, in the mirror. 7's Exile Road. Ah, so you're both on SAR. Okay, okay. Well, look at all these really good spellcaster players. Man, you guys are really competing for that top spot. You've got a Noxora at second. Redeemed, choose my game mat. What game mat do you want us to go for, Duke? Have you got anything in mind? Scissors always helped you with your strategies, Tomato. Siesta. Right, yes. I mean, Siesta's amazing. Unfortunately, we lost our back row there, so it didn't really matter. We will... I think we'll save that replay. I think that was not a crash and burn replay. And we'll leave a nice on that one as well. I need teaching Redem. So Mr. Tomato will teach me how to be good rush as a full free-to-play player. I mean, my other account is full free-to-play. 0 gems spent. Is Serena gay? Yes. Very much. Everyone who comes here is both gay and not gay at the same time. That is just how this works. Everyone is constantly in flux. Sorry, I'm at work, so my interactions are limited at the moment. How many psychic, or how many rhythmic you got? We have 2 rhythmic performers. We have 1 in prismatic, and we have 1 in normal, just so I can tell them apart. And that's currently what we're dealing with. And now we're just going to hop into another game. I have to admit, the psychic deck is very fun, right? Even when it's getting its shit pushed in, it's still very fun to play, which I think is a good sign. That is a good sign for a deck. And this version that we've built as well does feel like kind of nice. Not gonna lie, I do like this version of the deck that we've put together ourselves. 0 gem, teach me, Tomato Sensei. I mean, I'd have to go on my other account, which I'm not willing to do right now. But it's basically got like 1 copy of the Blue Eye structure, and then like some dinosaur stuff. I think it's got 1 copy of Trigger Drago, which I think it got from a ticket. This hand is not awful, but not necessarily a very strong turn 1. Let's see where we go. Do you like prismatic cards, Tomato? What's so special collecting Prismatic Rare? I posted a huge Omega OTK combo turn 3 on my X. I'm pretty sure we follow you on X. I'm pretty sure. Also, I'm still just going to call it Twitter. I hate calling it X. That's just me, though. The problem is, Sora is one of those people that likes to change their name constantly. So, locating you can be a bit of a problem sometimes. Right, profile, following. I'm pretty sure we followed you relatively recently, so it shouldn't be too hard to find. Sure we follow you, right? Must follow you. No way we don't follow you. Well, I'm not seeing you immediately here. Right, we need to focus on this quick. What are we doing here? We have Siesta Torero, we have Seraph of Darkness. He has a big boy. We have a dark. We have you as well, actually. That's very nice. Okay, so I'm going to flip over my Seraph of Darkness. Then I'm going to summon out Speedy Performer. We're going to go ahead and activate Speedy. We're going to target this. Then I'm going to... If I activate that, I can get a card to my hand. I don't really need it. If I boost everything up, I'll get one huge direct attack in, which is, like, not bad, to be honest. The issue is we have 2 non-cards on the field already. That's not really the end of the world, though. Okay, let's go for this, then. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Summon this. We'll then summon out the Candy. We're going to activate the skill. Target Candy. We can then add... Shouldn't really matter too much either way. We'll activate Can Melody. Pop this back in our hand, and then... Oh, how ballsy are we feeling? That's the question. I'm feeling pretty ballsy. Let's get rid of this. Then we'll go Jump Up. Let's get rid of this. Summon this out. Set this. Go to battle. Swing! 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 100 life points! And then we'll pass. We did misplay there a little bit. We could have... We could have had an extra 200 damage if we had kept the Siesta Torero instead. So we did mess that up a little bit. I mean, this is kind of fine, right? Like, I don't think he's dealing 5,000 damage. You follow my personal account? I made a new Rush account at Soromia1. Okay, let's take a look. The posts are protected on at Soromia1. Unless, oh no, it's double I. Okay, that's where we went wrong. Soromia1 follows me as well. And there's that sexy banner. There we go, we followed you now. What am I doing? What am I doing? We could summon that, get another card to hand. That doesn't really fix anything. We can pop one. We just have lethal. Attack. That's the problem with getting distracted. But it is what it is. Oh, I see this combo. I mean, I suppose what we can do is just literally throw it on the stream, right? Like, why not? Don't need this anymore. Oh no, don't make me sign in on this. I'm not signed in on this browser. Alright. Instead of that, then. Can we not watch anything on X that being signed in? That's so obnoxious. That's fine. We just won't bother then for now. My Rush account is basically 0 gem, only 3 packs and dream tickets. Yeah, that's what my speed account is as well. Because like there is like, oh, we don't want to do that. There is like some cool stuff you can do with a free-to-play account. Like by free-to-play I mean like gemless. Because like, as long as you get all the tickets and you do like card trader and stuff, like there is a lot there available for you. I do think Spellcasters are really fun now. Oh, it's Manicist. It's Speaking of which, we should go and throw this in. So we know that spellcasters have made it at least to here. As if the text wasn't in the wrong... Oh, it's because we're in the wrong thing. That's why we can't put it in there. We can do it over here. Oh, we don't even need spellcasters. We want SAR. SAR! Alright. That's... Those are cards. Those are certainly cards. Then we'll just pass. I do think spellcasters are really strong now. Sorcerer is spooky. I mean, Sorcerer basically lets you toolbox the graveyard in a weird way. It has to be set up correctly, but, like, it's still decent, right? No matter what. Unfortunately, that was a really good hit. Seven's Exile Road for no reason at all. There is literally no reason to do this unless I have exactly what the Magician's Valkyria. Outside of exactly that, there was no reason to use that Seven's Exile Road. Huh. We have a Dark, so we can do that. How funky do we get with this, though? Like, we don't have to get funky at all if we don't want to. We can just chill. I think we're just gonna do this. We're just gonna chill. We're just gonna straight vibe. Let's see what he does. Surely they can't win in this turn. I do think spellcasters are really strong now. Oh, there's another ad break. There it comes. That's his Manicist. I think Playmaker make video about Dark Magician. I think this card's kind of cope. Like, I don't really see a point to play Lightning Bringer Spirit. I think they're just better Earth monsters. I mean, for now, we're just completely chilling, right? He has no way to beat set 3 pass, so we just vibe it. It'd be really nice to draw some back row. Okay, there's some back row. Unfortunately, it's also a bit of a weird time for the back row to show up. Because although we can use Rhythmic Performer, it doesn't actually do anything for us right now. So I think we do just continue to set a bunch of cards. Except hopefully now, with some back row in the pocket, we can actually do something next turn. Yo, Tomato, do you stream Rush Duel's game in here? I mean, we are currently streaming a Rush Duel game. But loyal fans always support him. Okay. Not really sure what the benefit of adding another Seven's Road Magician here is. Where are we going with this? We're going to flip a guy up. Ah, okay. We're looking for the piercing as well. That's very unfortunate for us. I think we're getting a little bit sacked here, lads. We have yet to find anything playable, and our opponent is doing exceedingly well. Hello, Grand. Welcome, welcome. I felt the new Dragon support felt so weak compared to just Dragius Beatdown. I mean, Dragius Beatdown is very, very powerful. It's hard to really compare to that, unfortunately. Right, can we draw playable now? We've gone half of our deck and we haven't seen a Candy yet, which is pretty catastrophic, let's say. We also can't just set pass. Like, we physically can't do that. We die. I think we're just dead either way. I think we've just drawn so badly this game that the game is over and there's nothing we can do about it. We can't even... yeah, let's just get out of here. We have nothing. Unfortunately, every time we go against Manicist on ladder, we always brick in the worst possible way and just cannot play the game. So, like that was just another non-game. Unfortunately, we learned nothing from that other than if you draw like ass, you can't play the video game. Who would have thought? Find out that Luke has line on his Dragius Maximum monsters. I mean, it's obvious they'll come out eventually. Can we... Alright, let's just go next. We're going second and we've opened a brick. Let's just get a clean slate. That game, even if we were to somehow win it, would be like such an uphill struggle and just not worth it. Get out of my ladder. Manicist, we drew like ass, brother. I couldn't play the video game. It is what it is, right? Sometimes you'll just brick. Like I did on Blue Eyes last time. The difference is, you're playing a deck that is known for bricking, right? You're playing the deck that people say don't play because it constantly bricks. We're not playing that deck. We're playing a deck that theoretically has all the tools it needs to not brick and yet still brick. Also, we are losing just all of these coin tosses. Jesus. Could we go first in any of these games, please? Can Melody here is actually not bad. The issue is we have two different plays ahead of us. All right, let's start out with Rhythmical Performer. We'll activate the effect. That is a really good hit. I think off of this, then, we're not going to bother getting the plus off that. I think I'd rather... Doesn't make any difference. Doesn't really... Because it doesn't even have to be dark anymore, so we could just do that again. I'd have to get rid of both of these, but that's kind of fine. So we'll set. I'm going to tribute both of these. Drop this down. Activate the skill. Bump this up. Activate this. Put this back in the old hand. And then I think we're just going to hit the monster. And then we're just going to Rhythmical again. I like gambling. Let's just gamble. I feel like it's a lower. That's the thing that we didn't read there anyway. Okay, well he has no back row to use. What field spell does he play? Is this actually Forest? Is this Hammer Crush deal Bender Break with Forest? Is that what we're against? Getting bricked so unfair sometimes, but no one can detect what you can draw. I mean, exactly. Thanks to the spirit of Rhythmical, I can mill all the bricks. I have different elements easier, like SAR. I think they could be good going forward. I mean, yeah, I think nobody is denying the fact that they seem like a pretty cool deck right now. They seem relatively strong. Let's just go Rhythmical Performer again, I guess. One of these days we will get a draw off of this card. One of these days. Yeah, screw it. Let's go for another Rhythmical. Activate its effect again. Aha! I will take a draw. Then I'm going to activate my Ready to Shine. Target this. Activate Can Melody. Let's put it back in our hand. Go for a monster, I guess. There you go. Let's get rid of that. Then, yeah, screw it. Rhythmical Performer again. Let's go. Just keep milling. We'll then set. We'll set. We'll go ahead and use Tribute to the Doomed, because I'm just kind of sat on it, not doing anything right now, so we'll just get rid of this. Let's pop this. We'll go to battle. I'm not feeling super ballsy. Ah, we could have gotten super ballsy. Alright, let's see what our opponent's got. Funny part is, every Tomato duel Manicist, he's always bricked, which is funny. It just always happens. Beast. Reminder, we still don't have Beast Gear World yet. Sorry, Beast Gear World doesn't work with Beast anyway. You don't have the field spell for the most free-to-play deck in the game. Okay, well here this comes. Which again is fine. There it is, it's Forest! It doesn't boost worms, but he could pop it for some draws. Unfortunately, we've just used our Tribute to the Doomed, which just kind of suck, but we weren't expecting him to just find all of his max pieces when he'd already milled a lot of them. Sometimes you just draw it. Alright, let's see what he does. Basically, at this point, we now need to find TSA. Without TSA, we can't really do anything. I really don't... I guess you're just making room, in which case, yeah, it's fine. I don't know if it's your kind of thing, but Sora has suggested, don't know if he's here, but the bad spell trap removal for Psychic synergizes with Rhythmical really well. Yeah, we were playing it in the list we were playing yesterday, so like, it's definitely on my radar. More milling! More milling! Oh, we milled our legend. Okay, now we need a normal monster for that to be turned on, which is fine. We can do that. We'll go Silent Assailant. We'll go ahead and use Jump Check. Take a look at this one. There's Buffered Slime. Then we're going to take a look at the middle one. There's Heavenly Bliss. We'll just get rid of Slime for now. I think that's fine. Then... unfortunately, there's not really much else we can do. I mean, at this point, we're just kind of clicking buttons. We're not really doing too much thinking here. I guess we'll just set over. Tribute set. Set this. Last turn. Let's see what he does. Set Mighty Gaze. Boring. Right, we'll go next. We basically weren't really paying attention in that duel, but realistically, I think we just always win that. His deck was complete garbage. Like, we shouldn't have just thrown away Tribute to the Doomed for, like, literally no reason, but it just felt funny, so we just went for it. Alright, let's see what our next opponent's got. We should actually try and, like, lock in, because we're very kind of loosey-goosey at the moment. We're kind of just, like, doing whatever, not really paying any attention. Throwing caution to the wind. Like, we keep just using Rhythmical Performer, like, leaving it in attack mode for, like, no reason, but... the issue is, this is the kind of deck where you can't really... I mean, to be fair, we did win 2 games earlier by, again, throwing caution to the wind and just doing whatever. But this is a deck, I think, that you do actually kind of have to pay a bit of attention to make it work. 8 win streak! Alright, bro. Let's see if we can rip your win streak apart. That'd be really funny. This hand is okay if we draw an okay card. Like, Candy would be really nice off the top. It's me. Yo, it's Enter the Flug. Let's enter the Flugel. Alright. Let's see how Flugel beats us today. Tribute set. So chances are that is going to be very easy to take down. That is a very bad draw. Let's go Performer, activate the effect. Unfortunately, that doesn't fix our predicament whatsoever. So we're going to activate Tribute to the Doomed, just because there's no reason to hold on to these cards. We need to get them out of our hand. And then we will swing with our Rhythmical Performer. And then we pass. Alright, I think this is a non-game. I'm pretty sure the game is already over, because we have drawn so horrendously badly on turn 1. There's no way you don't have any play. I refuse to accept that there is nothing here. There is nothing here? We've bricked again! We're still bricking! We've seen all of our boss monsters, and we have nothing to do! Seraph of Darkness? Tribute? I guess? Set? Go to battle and swing? We have nothing. We have literally nothing. We have bricked to high heaven. We have seen... what, 3 of our 5 boss monsters, and we just do not have normal summons, which most of our deck is normal summons. We just aren't seeing them. I'll tell you what, let's get out of this game. Let's get out of the brick game. I have no interest in continuing that. Let's try and find a real game. Oh, it sucks so bad when you get games like that. We've had so many games like that, like just back to back to back now. We just need to find games where we don't open our 5 boss monsters. We only have 5. We're not like stacking them. Like, we've only got the 5, but we keep being unable to summon our monsters, which is just, like, so awkward. Typical Psychic game. The thing is, right, that every deck should be playing about 5 boss monsters. And Psychic is a deck that does play cards to help you get out extra cards, right? So this deck should be bricking about just as much as every other deck, right? Real game. I mean, if we just draw it's a non-game if the game doesn't start, in my opinion, right? If we draw a hand that's unplayable, that's not a real game. Like, I wouldn't count the win or loss of that as like an actual win or loss, right? We're going to keep this in hand and hope we don't get punished for it. I bricked with 2 7s road. I mean, if you only had 2 boss monsters in hand, then you bricked a lot better than we did. We bricked so bad. We had 3 of our boss monsters just completely stuck. Okay, so it looks like we're against Brick Eyes. Naturally, this deck won't brick at all. Wait, Tomato, can I friend you? Yeah, you can friend us. I have no... I always just accept friend requests as they come in. Ah, if he had targeted the other one, he wouldn't have got the free pop. That's unfortunate. Just won the 50-50 there. And then here comes this Monarch. Let's take one of my monsters, because of course we protect the back row. If he flips over back row removal, I'm going to be so sad. Oh, God. Why does... Like... These Blue Eyes Monarch players do not brick in the same way as everyone else. Jesus Christ. I just want to play the game. I just want to play the game. Why am I not allowed? I don't know. Let's... Again, we'll just go next. We'll go next. We'll go next. This one doesn't count either. This one doesn't count. Jesus Christ. We are just getting sacked after sacked after sacked after sacked. This is... we're in a death spiral. We're in hell. Let me out. Let me out of the box. Tomato, just run... Tomato, you run how many Torero and Jump Start? We're playing 3 Torero and 2 Jump Start at the moment. But again, this isn't a typical Psychic build that we're playing. We literally started today on like a really good win streak, and then everything has just like gone catastrophically wrong since then. Like, it's just like, oh, brick unplayable hand, opponent opens the god hand, brick unplayable hand, opponent opens the god hand. We keep losing the coin flip as well, which does not make matters any easier. You don't need as many bosses as they're searchable. Yeah, but again, this version of the deck, like we say, Manicus, we're not playing the typical Psychic version. And we're only playing 5 bosses. Like, 5 should not be too many. So many other people playing this deck are playing 6 and are not bricking. And then I'm just like the most unlucky motherfucker on the planet. I mean, we have to get this out of the hand, right? We can't just sit on this as much as I'd like to. So we'll do this. Add this. Activate, because I just need to get this out of the hand. Even though, again, this is just a waste, but like... If my option is like just leave it in hand, then this is always the correct play. Then we'll just pass on that. I want to see this Monarchs. I mean, it was a non-game. It's just another non-game. We don't want to watch non-games. We want to watch games where we both actually get to play the video game. Oh, there goes my poor back row. Hit my buffered slime as well. Typical. And I suppose it doesn't really matter. We open both of the weird trap cards. At least he's not checking us. If he checked us, that would be really bad. Can I send you mine? Yeah, you can send me your list if you want. I mean, you don't have to ask me permission to send me things. Okay, yeah, we're just going to get rid of this guy. I think that's probably a good... But how do we even do this? I don't actually know how to... It hasn't come up before. There we go. So we'll just slap that on him. And he's gone. Just not even bother dealing with that. Don't know how active you are with dealing with scammers in your Discord, but I just pinged you with one. Just joined and started messaging. Yeah, we've gotten rid of him. Thanks for keeping an eye out for us, Grand. I do appreciate it. He's playing our deck. He's playing the version of our deck as well. Oh, this is sad. We're going to lose to our own deck because we bricked and he didn't. No, this isn't fair. I mean, what do we do with this? We can flip that down. I mean, we can basically deal with this, but then if he draws anything, we're just dead. Right, we're going to go Candy. The issue is it's still only 4 bodies, because we're not going to have... We can't get the +1. Because this isn't going to be in the graveyard. But, like, what other option do I actually have here? I don't think we add Prima. As, like, as awkward as it is. Our life points are too low to meaningfully do anything here anyway. We can summon, flip it down, summon, tribute both, put that back. But then I can't even use the jump up anyway. Or we go for this. Summon, summon, flip down, tribute both, summon, put that back in hand, get rid of it. Slap, slap. Okay, we'll just do this. We'll take the Prima. Fuck it. I'm pretty sure we're screwed anyway, so we'll just do whatever we can here. So we'll just summon, summon. Tribute 1, tribute 2. Then summon. Tribute 2. Activate this. Go to battle, and then we'll just swing over both. But again, we've taken too much damage, and we already know he's got a boss in hand. Our only hope is that he bricks, otherwise we're just dead anyway. Let's have a look. Our chat is just photos at this point. I mean, that's completely fine. I can just send you selfies if you want, Manicus. Tomato, do you have anyone inactive on your friends list so I can send a request? You should be able to send the request either way. I should just have to delete someone to accept it. I believe. Unless they've changed that. Let me follow you on Twitter. I mean, I barely use Twitter. I barely post anything on there at all. Tomato's very active. Didn't mean that. It's been dealing with bots in Discord because it's a bit of a chore. Can't deal with it all. Just the most egregious ones. Yeah, that's actually the first time we've ever had to moderate anything on Discord. So we've been quite fortunate up until this point. We're just dead, right? Hasn't he... Did he do the search yet? He must have done. He added Jamp up, uses that, boosts up to... That's what, 20... Yeah, so that's... Yeah, that's more than lethal. Yeah, that's just game. Nothing we can do there. Unfortunately, us opening that... Well, I guess it was partially us opening the extra boss monster, so we had 1 extra brick in our hand, but it was also partially he managed to get rid of both of our back row. Because we opened our 2 good back row, but he just got rid of them both, so it didn't mean anything. It just says friends list full, could not send. Okay, we'll deal with that in a minute. We'll have to see if we've got anyone inactive we can chuck out. That's annoying that they've got it set up like that. But I guess I kind of get it. Okay, let's see what this Luke player has in store for us. And hopefully we can draw a playable hand this time and not just open more than one boss monster like we have been in like the last 6 games. Okay, this looks like, I don't want to get everyone's hopes up, this looks like a playable hand. Now, again, I don't want to get anyone too excited, but we might be able to play the game today. We'll have to see what happens. We're going to have to see. Set 2. Okay, where are we going with this? We're tributing on turn 1. We're summoning out an attack mode Trigger Drago with a back row. Probably another boss in hand. So our opponent's bricked up a little bit. We've just drawn a very good card. Very, very, very good card. We only have 3 bodies. We have that, which means if we want to, we could summon out a second boss. There's no real reason to do that, but we will. How do I actually want to approach this? I can get the +1. But then, like, it puts me in a bit of a weird spot. Because I want to get rid of that back row, which means whatever we use... I think we just don't go for the +1. I think that is the line. So we just go Candy. Activate Jam Part. Get rid of this. Summon out this. Oh, but we can't even use this skill, can we? Because our life points aren't lower. Oh, we can only grab the card back if our life points are lower. Yeah, that's fine then. We do this. We activate the skill. We target this. Activate the effect. Put this back to our hand. Get rid of this. Or then normal summon. Normal summon. Go to battle. Swing over this. Swing in. And swing in. Okay, well, so far so good. Our opponent has obviously bricked a little bit. He still could make a comeback. Obviously, we have no cards, no back row. If we had a back row, we'd be feeling very secure, but obviously we wouldn't have got as much damage in. Let's see what he does. Please don't send me selfies. My girlfriend will get jealous. I mean, she can look at them too. I don't mind. Like, they're not just for your eyes only. Anything I send to anyone is never going to be anything truly private. I will not be sending anyone any pictures of my body parts. It will just be my gorgeous face. 1300 damage. 100 damage. Right, 2 back row is a little bit scary. 2500 is also not super duper easy to out. And suddenly, 2500 is now really easy to out. That's just how it goes sometimes, I suppose. How do we want to approach this? Probably just do this first. We are always going to be on higher life points, which means I don't think we can use this because our life points aren't lower, so we won't be able to get the extra body back, which is fine. So we will summon. Then I'm going to go ahead and activate Siesta Torero's effect. We'll pop all 3 of these back into the deck. And I would love to just flip this down. That makes my day. Then we'll summon out another Siesta Torero. Before tributing 2 and summoning out everybody's favorite Can Melody. Then we'll have a little peek at his back row. As long as he hasn't opened 2 really good traps, which he hasn't, we should just be able to clean this up. There, look at that. Look at that. Oh, no, just get rid of that one. Oh, that's really nice. That's really nice that we get to do that. So now we can use Ready to Shine. Target the assailant. Activate Can Melody. Put the assailant back in the old handy wandy. We know that back row's nothing, so we can just spin the Dragius, which just feels really unfair. Like, why is that allowed? Then we just get to beat him to death with all of this. Now, again, we only got that so easily because our opponent bricked. So that's not your average deck experience with this. So it's kind of a bit of another non-game. That's like a half non-game. Because, to be fair, he should... If he had just, like, an extra defense monster or didn't have to summon that Trigger Drago in attack mode on the first turn, he doesn't lose anywhere near as many life points, and then he's in a relatively okay, comfortable position. So, check and pop. Hey, that's cheating. That's the reason why check is limit 2, right? Because, one, it's just a really strong card, as well as the fact that... Because, like... With a Muzi Performer, is it a Muzi? Rhythmical Performer. With Rhythmical Performer, and if we did have the 3 copies of Candy, I could see people already start putting that as an engine in other decks. Like, we'll put some Jam Checks in, the Candies, we'll put maybe Can Melody, and then the Rhythmicals and the... I already forgot what it's called. Roman Picks. But because Roman Pick is limited to 1, or because we only have 1 copy of it, it does make it feel like you can't realistically do it. Right? Like, you just aren't going to have enough good psychic monsters for it to work. The Quantum Rush tournament is up, everyone. There's an application error. I can't go on it. Let's try again. It's loading this time. Everyone should make sure that if anyone is interested in playing in a Rush tournament today, should all sign up for the Quantum Rush. We'll go ahead and throw that in chat as well. Sign up to that if you want to play some Rush tournament later on today. It should start in like 7 hours, I think. If I'm doing math right. There's a high likelihood I'm doing math wrong, but... Also, we should probably do some shout-outs. We have actually officially now made the Quantum shout-out. Grand is also here, so we'll give the Grand shout-out as well. I'm too weak to join any Rush tournaments. Just join them anyway, Saka. It's just a bit of fun. Even if you just get completely murked in the first round. Also, what is this hand? How have we managed to brick again? God damn it, deck. We lost the coin flip, and we've got an extra boss monster stuck in our hand. Today is not our day. He has kind of just sorted us out. Not gonna lie, if he had gotten rid of the other monster, I was feeling a lot worse about this. This actually kind of feels playable. How do I want to approach this? I guess it's just Candy. Activate the skill. Target Candy. Add a card back to our hand. You know what? I would really like this Jump Up in my hand. Then... I guess there's no reason to do anything else. We'll just Jump Up. Send this. Summon out the Can Melody. Normal Assailant. Normal Assailant. Set this. Go to battle. Swing. Swing again. And swing in for 15. Pass turn. Quantum Meme Tournaments. Best tournaments. Quantum tournaments are a lot of fun. The best part about Quantum tournaments is they're single elimination, but they start for me at 10 PM. So I don't really want to stay up till 1 AM playing Rush if I can help it. So when I lose, I just go to bed. Everyone's a winner. I just get to watch the end of it in bed and just chill. And then I sleep. What do you mean, meme? Ah, my check. I want to keep my check. Oh well. So he can get his boss monster back, which, I mean, that does suck, but, like, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. You know what I mean. I'd join more tournaments if I wasn't always stuck at work. Yeah, it's unfortunate, Dr. Stupid. If there is... Like, tournaments are held kind of sporadically, right? Like, the Angel Cup tournaments start at 1 PM BST, whereas the Grand Prix start at 7 PM for me, and then the Quantum Rushes start at 10 PM for me. So, like, there is quite a big spread, right? It's not like they're all happening at the same time, at least. Right, so Bro is on double Seahorse, which means we don't have to worry about negate attack. We do, however, have to worry about the Widespread Ruin. Straight to battle. So he's going to start just beating us up. Which is, you know, it's not the best, but if anyone's going to beat me up, I guess I'd rather it was Security Master. For me, it starts at 11 PM. Which one, though, is the question, because there's lots of different tournaments. Do we gamble? 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 I kind of want to gamble. He hasn't seen, like, any back row yet. Let's gamble. Let's gamble. Gamble. Go, Rhythmical Performer. We hit a boss monster. Unfortunately, we hit one of our own boss monsters as well, which is not the best. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We did need a monster in Graveyard, though, in order to use double Siesta Torero, so maybe it works out in a weird kind of way. We'll put you, and you back, I think. Not that it matters, we're about to put everything back anyway. We'll then activate Siesta Torero, we'll put all 3 of these back. We'll then flip this down, then we'll set, and we'll set, and then we'll just go straight to the battle phase, and then this attacks over this attacks over this, then we're going to crash. Unfortunately, not like the best turn in the world, but we did manage to clear the whole board, which is something. It's something. It's 11 PM for me. I watch sometimes when I'm sleepless. I mean, yeah, I can understand that. So I assume then the Grand Prix are a better time for you then, because it would be 3 hours earlier, which would be, what, like 8 PM? It's one of those things as well, where the later it gets, just like, because like, I already am quite prone to just making mistakes and just like being a dumbass. Like, I can just naturally turn that on, right? That's fine. So when it gets later, it makes that a lot worse. And my ability to just be an idiot just amplifies. How much is this? This is 5,900. Minus, so that's 6,000, that's 4,200. So we are alive, but like, I think we are going to widespread this. Just because if he is playing the Combustion Crisis, we will just die if we take all of that. I mean, sure. The issue is these back row. Once again, we haven't seen any trap cards from our opponent yet. I don't think we can afford to pay the 1,000 at the very least. So I think we just hold onto our Candy here. What is this again? It's Tribute to the Dude. We're not using Tribute to the Dude here. We might just die next turn, but like, I don't think it's worth going for the Candy play, because either we add Prima, summon it out, pay the 1,000, go down to 11, and then die next turn to like anything. Or we just grab a spell card to set, and then Candy just stays on the field, which is just really, really bad. Let's see what happens here. Why does Quantum Rush keep saying application failure? I think it's just because Start GG is shit. That's all it is. Just keep trying, Manicus. Keep trying. I believe in you. Tributes 2. Summons out Dean Keto, the Mummy Dummy Mummy. Activates the effect. Discards the other brick. Okay. It's looking quite good for our opponent so far. Discards the Candy. Sets another back row. Goes for the attack just for this little 1,000 damage in. Now, if we can find some back row hate, we're going to be in a fantastic spot here. That's not back row hate. In fact, that's kind of the opposite of back row hate. We can summon this. How do we want to approach this? If I do that, I can get that, which, I mean, is nice. The issue is he's got so much back row. Chances of us actually living is going to be so slim. We have to hit something. We don't need to do that. We could just do that, but then that creates another problem. The question is, how many attack position monsters do we want to leave on the field? That's where things are actually going to get a little bit funky, I think. I think we still do go for the Candy. We'd have to tribute both of these off, put that back in our hand, but then we would just be leaving stuff in defense mode anyway, which is probably fine. But we'll go Candy. We're going to target this. We're going to go ahead and just grab this to hand. Then we're just going to tribute both of these. Activate the effect. Put this back in our hand. And then we'll just get rid of this. And then sure, yeah, we'll take this back to our hand as well. Then I'm going to set 1, set 2. We're going to activate our tribute to the Doomed. We're going to send one of these candies to the grave. We're going to pop this. Again, we're not expecting to actually kill here. We're expecting to get a trap card out of them. Either we got very lucky with our melody, or our opponent's sets were all just garbage. Something happened there. Let's go, we won. Oh, did you win the whole thing? We've got to check it out. We've got to check over. Where are we at? Nice! Dwan is the champion on Spellcasters. So we have to update this in real time. So this is going to be your SAR, is what you were playing? Do you remember what your opponents were playing, Dwan? Because I can fill this in later and go and watch the stream. I was just curious if you remember what you played against in the semi-finals. And in this finals, I guess. Psychic sweep? I mean, it would be nice if Dwan was playing Psychic, but he's not. 2-1, 2-1, 2-0, 2-0. As far as I know, Dwan said this match was very free. So I don't know how this game went. But obviously then he had a bit of a butt heads against Ninjetti Ursus. This person, I'm sure I've seen their name before. I could not tell you who they are, though. Top 4 was Cyberse. Final was Psychic. Psychic made finals. That is very interesting. Even if, you know, it's week 1 and everyone's trying out new stuff, I still don't expect them to, like, pop off that hard. So that means we know that one of them was Cyberse. We know this guy was Cyberse. So that means we can fill that in as well. We're going to have to watch the stream to find out what everyone else was playing, if we can find out at all. We'll have to find out what Bismuth was playing as well. I don't suppose Bismuth's in the chat. That would make life easier. But he's probably not. But yeah, with that in mind then, this is how it's looking at the moment. If we go ahead and try and change this around. Okay, so this is looking quite nice so far. We'll have to see how this actually continues on. Top 4 was Cyber's final site. Congratulations. Can we see the deck? I mean, the deck will be posted on Angel Cuts. On Angry Angels. Is it on here already? No, not yet. So that'll be posted at some point in the near future. So we will get to see it. So, you know, don't worry too much about that. I saw Bismuth on stream and he was playing Blue Eyes Monarch. Oh, was Bismuth? Oh, right, he was on the stream. Right. Okay, so Blue Eyes Monarch is like a weird one. Did we just call it Blue Eyes still? I can't write it in here, that's right. Or like, are we going to start like differentiating all of the different Blue Eyes decks? Because like, who even knows? Okay, well that's a very interesting first tournament. We'll have to see how Quantums goes today, and then if we have any more tournaments, we'll see how those ones go, and then really just see how that advances, because that's very, very interesting. Psychic made the finals. I'm wondering what kind of run Psychic had then. Because that means Psychic beat Cyberse 2-0. They beat whatever this guy was playing. Again, 2-1. They beat whatever this guy was playing 2-1. And they beat whatever this guy was playing 2-1. Unfortunately, these are all unknowns. I don't know any of these people, so it doesn't really help me out that much. But I don't even remember what that duel was. We're just going to click yes. Past Tomato had decided that that was a replay worth saving, so we'll just do that's fine. I'll win later, it's fine. Well, that is also going to mean that is the first time, I believe, ever Psychics has made top 2. So that's huge. I'd have to go back and have a look through the data. But, like, I'm pretty sure they've never had a top 2 finish. Like, obviously, it's not going to be anything here. In fact, when Psychics were performing well here and here, like, these were, like, the standouts of, like, oh, wow, Psychics actually doing okay. Apparently, we've somehow gotten into a streak. I couldn't tell you how. We've just kind of been in a bit of a haze here. I won't throw the finals later. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. If Dwan's playing, you know, you're going to have to take him down first. I know the player who played Psychic, who'll definitely post the tournament report on Twitter. Nice. Well, again, his list will be posted by Angry Angel at some point anyway. So we will see it. Or as he is otherwise known as Moki Moki. Our deck is not going to have a great matchup into this deck. So this is already looking to be a bit of a struggle, especially since we have no way to get double Psychic Monster on the field, which really stings. Like, that's really bad for us. Leaving just one monster on the field also sucks. So I actually think the play is to just set 2, accept that we're going to get beaten up for a bit of damage, and then just pass. I think this is actually the correct play here. Yeah, but you'll know what he played against. I have had a bad habit of making finals and then just throwing. Or just don't do that. Like, whatever you do there, just don't do that. Our monsters have 0 defense and we're getting pierced over. I'm not feeling great about this game, guys. This was already going to be an uphill struggle, but now we're basically starting the game on 1200 life points, which really doesn't bode well. Now, I know Psychic do like to have low life points, but this is going a bit far, I think. Right, we'll go Rhythmical, activate its effect. I would love to have a draw. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Then we're going to summon out Candy. Go ahead and target our Candy, which will let us get a search. We'll take a Prima Gitarna. Then I guess we're just going to jump up. We'll send the Candy, and I guess we're just going to drop down the Can Melody. Melody. We'll summon out the Seraph. There's no real reason to use Seraph's effect here, so I think we're just going to go ahead and tribute it off. Then we'll summon out the Silent Assailant. We'll activate Prima Gitarna. And we'll just go battle, because, I mean, if we're going to probably lose this anyway, we might as well just, like, slam. $200 life points and a dream, baby. Let's go. Okay, we got him down to 15, which is not too bad. But, you know, it is what it is. To be fair, I didn't know what some of the Sue ship did, so not my fault. Oh, you actually made it to finals in speed. Damn, Manicus. Sue ships are actually one of the archetypes I know all their cards in and out, because I actually played it quite a bit. So, there's a lot of archetypes I don't know the ins and out of. Sue ship is one of the few that I do. I have a habit of never making it past round 1. I mean, that's fine. Don't worry about that. Just showing up is more than enough. Already Cog. You can Cog with Fluffle now. I really want to play more Fluffle, but the issue is that we've just got new speed stuff. Like, we just got loads of new brush stuff even. So, boo, boo, boo. Is this game worth having as a replay? What happened? We kind of bricked early. No, I don't think that's worth it. I'd really like to get a Royal Rebel replay, but like, I need a Royal Rebel replay where I played. Like, even if it's a loss, that's completely fine. Showcasing bricks doesn't mean anything. That doesn't show people how the deck works. Yeah, with speed, 2 days before Rushbox, and I was bored. Was a simple enough tournament run. What were you playing, out of curiosity? Because I don't know what your deck is. So I watched the one where you and Sora both entered, but in that one, I'm pretty sure you both got knocked out on the first round. So I was just like, oh, you know, maybe Manicus and Sora aren't the best speed players, but that's fine. We're all rushies in here anyway. But yeah, you've got second place. Clearly, you're a lot better than I am. set. Set. Ah, you're on the new sharks. I don't know how difficult the sharks are to play. On one hand, it looks like you just spam out a bunch of bodies and then just overlay a bunch into like 4s and occasionally 3s. And on the other hand, it looks like there's a lot of mild intricacies going on. Well, unfortunately, we are a little bit behind here. If he has a Thunder Gazelle, we could be in a really rough spot. Okay, the Psychic player already reported their run. Do you know what their name is on the old... God, what's it even called? Twitter. And we can like go and have a look at it. Because I think... Actually, I don't remember if Dewan... I don't remember if we sorted it out so you could post links or not. Because Dewan is also, by the way, our only VIP in the entire thing, because we are really lazy with it. Sharks is just water XEs with protection. I mean, yeah, which is fine. Because feel free to paste his Twitter if you have it, if it will let you. Is that Archfiend Soldier? Whoa. Okay. We haven't lost any life points yet. We can't do that. We don't have access to a normal, so we can't do that. This is a little bit awkward. We could... We've got 3 monsters in grey, so I could just flip that down and then tuck it. And I guess that's fine. Right, we'll go Siesta Torero, activate the effect, pop these 3 back, flip this down. We will then... I don't really think there's a point to just sitting on you. So I'll set this. Then we will Tribute 2. Summon this. Normal summon Speedy Performer. Activate its effect. Use it on you. Then we'll activate the skill. Target Speedy Performer. We'll put Speedy Performer back in our hand. And we're just going to tuck this. Just get out of here. We'll then just set this all regular-like. Set this as well. Go to battle. And then I think we just swing over this. I'm not really worried about getting extra damage in. Does have the widespread ruin. Okay, nothing we can do about that. Unfortunately, we might take a big chunk of damage here, but it's fine if we do. Alright, here we go. Let's take a look at this X deck. Let's copy the image. We're going to go ahead and post it in Discord, because that's the easiest way that I have to like get access to this. So do that, and then well, open that in browser, move that over to the correct browser so we can actually look at it. This is the list that took 2nd place. This is a Ready Shine list. It's on the old 2-2 split, only 4 boss monsters, the Manicus special. We have a lot of vanillas, just a lot of vanilla aggro beats, and we are playing the 2 copy of Set, which is pretty cool. All in all, it looks pretty standard. There's no like big surprise here. There's no like, oh man, that tech is incredible. It's just kind of like maybe the weird thing is there's only 1 copy of Torero. That's kind of the weirdest thing in this deck. But other than that, this looks pretty cool. And in case you can't see, that is a little widespread ruin tucked under there. Told you 4 bosses was the way to go. So we haven't actually spoken about our list at all. Our list specifically here is a bit of a weird deck, because we're playing, I mean, you probably noticed that we have this, but if you have Seraph of Darkness in this list, the whole point of this list is to feed into getting the Can Melodies effect off as much as possible. Then we just run as many ways as we can to just flip stuff face down and then tuck it away with Melody. And it's not like I say, this is not the best way to play this deck. It is very fun though, when it doesn't brick, but you know, let's not worry about that. We have a couple of different options before us, so let's go for Candy. We'll go Rhythmical Performer. We'll activate Rhythmical. Then we will flip over Jump Check. Let's take a look at this one. Is that a Combustion Crisis? Let's take a look at this one. Is that a Talismanic Seal Array? I don't really care about Combustion Crisis. We'll get rid of that. Yeah, I'd love to gain my life points, actually. Thank you. Then we'll go ahead and activate Jump Check. And let's take a look at this one. Oh, is that a Buffered Slime? Yeah, sure. We'll take another look at this one as well. Just to have another look. Oh, look, it's Combustion Crisis. I think we're going to get rid of this Buffered Slime, you know. I think it's kind of annoying. We would like to gain some life points, though. That's always a nice feeling. So we have Tribute to the Doom still, which is amusing. Here, though, I think we can activate Ready Shine, target our Candy, add this back to our hand. Then we're going to go ahead and tribute both of our monsters. We've got nothing, like, meaningful here, right? It's just Tribute to the Doomed and TSA. Yeah, that's fine. So Tribute 1, Tribute 2, summon her out, summon out the Siesta Terrero. We'll go ahead and use Primo. Pay the 1,000, gain the attack. So we could put cards back into our deck if we want to. We also could just weaken this down by 16. I'm not sure weakening it by 16 actually accomplishes anything. It's not going to be lethal either way, so we might as well just use Siesta Terrero here. So I'll put you back, you back, you back. Man, there's so much stuff I want back in my deck. We need you back, that's for sure. We probably don't need you right now. Probably want you back in, but I also want that back in as well. Urgh, there's so much stuff I need back in my deck. But I really, really don't want to use the thingy. So we'll attack with this. Let's see if he wants to give us the 600 burn. We'll just swing over this. Then we'll pass. Alright. Let us see what our opponent's got for us. So we know both cards on his field are Combustion and the Canaan, which is fine. Let us see what my opponent has for us. Does he have anything super cool and funky? Maybe fresh. It is funny, though, having this matchup, because Psychic versus Aqua is literally like the deck that wants to hurt themselves versus the deck that wants to heal themselves. Hydration. Don't hit the only trap card I have. Come on. I mean, to be fair, he had declared an attack and knew that there wasn't a trigger on the other two, so, like, that wasn't just like a snipe, that was a... You know, that was the correct decision, but, like, you always hope, don't you? You always hope. As another boss. Ah, it's getting max value as well. If he just summons another monster, yeah, I think we're just screwed. Oh, and it's another Fashion of Faith! Oh god, he's drawn the God Hand! What should like hydration? Oh, I called it! There's the hydration as well! Bro, is this just over? I think this is just over. We boost both of these. This swings over this for 11. This swings over this for 8. And then he gets an 18 direct. Yeah, we're just dead. We're just dead. Rip. Like, we were always in like a little bit of danger of dying, but like, in order for him to get exactly this, that was like the utter God Hand. Like, he needed to draw exactly those cards in exactly that order, and it exactly worked out for him. Alright, first time signing up for a tournament. I have no clue what I'm doing, and that is absolutely fine. Everyone will be more than happy to help you through it. Lugal. You just type to your opponent when the game comes up. So basically, you'll, we have access to it here. If I do this, will this help me out at all? No, don't make me sign in. Pain in the butt. Basically, when the tournament starts, you'll be able to see your opponents, like your matchup, and you'll be able to enter like a little chat room with them, and then you'll just be able to talk to them, and then, you know, one of you will make the room, send the code to the other one, you'll join in, you'll just play. It's all very straightforward. Once you've done it once, you'll get it, right? You'll understand. Ooh, our opponent is bricked. We've also kind of bricked a little bit ourselves. Maybe it will work out. Rhythmical Performer. Alright, we'll go Candy. Let's go Shine, target Candy, add a card to our... Okay, I respect it. I respect it. When you got 2 bosses in your hand, I respect it. Just wants to get out of the game, go next, find a real game. That is completely fine. The one thing to remember, Flugel, is it is single elimination. So, if you lose a best of 3 game, you are just out. If you win, you keep playing until you lose. And if you never lose, then you win the whole thing. But it does mean that if again, you play 1 game and it goes really, really badly, like, it doesn't matter. You just stop playing, right? The tournament is over for you at that point, so it's fine. Okay. Oh, this is Nier Automata. I was like, I recognize the song. I could not remember what game this was from. And if you die in the game, you die in real life too. Yeah, just extra pressure for you there. Ugh. I don't like this hand at all. Guess we're just gonna chill in defense mode. Pass the turn. Disco Fever. Okay. We are playing the Guarding Mermaids as well. I respect it. Activates the hydration. Does get a pop. I think I would have rather kept the Jamp check, but if he's got double, it doesn't matter anyway. Unfortunately, because he's got double back row hate, that means we are going into this with 5 cards against his 8. Which is really bad. If we had had our back row spare, we at least have 7 cards to his 8 going into this turn, but this is kinda yikes. And we opened 2 bosses, so we can't even just keep defending. This is not looking good for us, is it? That's irrelevant. Changing one of his monsters face down doesn't actually do much. I mean, maybe it does. Well, we'll go Silent Assailant. We'll go Seraph of Darkness. We'll go ahead and activate our skill. We're going to target our Silent Assailant. Since we now have a level 5 Dark Monster, we can now use Seraph of Darkness to flip something face down. So we're going to flip this down. We're then going to go ahead and activate our Tribute to the Doomed, just because we can't play the game with a hand full of bricks. So we're going to have to just start using these cards, which is really not ideal, but it is what's happening. You'd have to basically have lethal in hand to bother using a trap card against this. Unless like Combustion Crisis to free up space, that would make sense. Just why though? Like, you've only got 2 cards in hand. Unless you can, like, guarantee you've got lethal, that feels like such a silly play. So he does. Okay, there's 1. There's 2. So these levels do not match, so we can only boost 2 of these. Which means it looks like we're living. Can you show that second place deck again? Yeah, sure we can. Here it is. We've got the 2 Can Melodies, the 2 copies of Prima Gitana. We have the Roman pick, the 1 copy of Magical Miracle, 3 copies of Essel. This is the one that I think is a bit weird. I don't know if I like Essel in this list, but this list came second place, so what do I know? We only have the 1 copy of the Rhythmical Performer. This might be include more than 1 of, but he probably only has 1 at this point, so I don't know how many he would be playing if he could. He has the 1 Siesta Torero, which is a bit of a weird inclusion. Usually you'd want at least 2, because then you can loop them. But 1 is still pretty good. You can attack over stuff, and you can tuck monsters with the Melody. We have the 1 copy of the Speedy Performer to just give the boost. We have the 3 copies of the Can D, which is very important. Well, the skill basically doesn't do anything without the Can D, so you really want that. Then we've got just tons of beaters, as well as the other, like, interesting inclusion is definitely the Jamp sets. Oh, he did actually use the Tribute to the Doomed. That's very funny. Unfortunately, we have so few life points that right now we can't actually do anything. So we have to do this just to be able to play. So we'll go ahead and use Ready to Shine to target this. There's no point in taking that, so I guess we're taking this. Then we're going to go ahead and use Jump Up just immediately. We'll summon this out. We'll go for the Roman pick. And I guess we're going to go Silent Assailant. It's like, what else are we doing here? Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Chances are we're already dead. So we're just kind of just clicking buttons at this point. I don't really see how we come back into this at 200 life points. Our opponents use all of his legends to just bully us. It is what it is. Wait, is that level 3 good? Which level 3 are we talking about? The new one? Rhythmical Performer? Talk about this one. This is very good. This card is amazing. Like, it's just good in general. Especially if you can take advantage of the fact it's a psychic monster. And that's lethal on board. Let's get out of here. I do still want to keep playing this version of the deck. Even if, again, this doesn't end up being, like, the good version of Psychic, I do really like this one. That one you were playing. Which one? Which level 3 were we playing? It could be the same card. We'll have a look when we get into the game. Jamp Start is such a god tier card. It's definitely a very, very strong card. Definitely a very, very strong card. Right, what level 3s are we even playing? Oh, you talk about this one? You talk about Seraph of Darkness? Seraph of Darkness is not a very good card. We're playing it as kind of a... Like, it's kind of a meme, because we can use it with Can Melody. That's why we're playing this. We can use both Seraph of Darkness and Siesta Torero to flip cards face down. And then when they're face down, we can tuck them back into the deck with Melody. That's the logic, right? It's not, like, a crazy good combo. But it does allow us to kind of play on our own axis, I guess. Like, we're not just doing the same thing every other Psychic player is doing. Which is kind of nice, right? We play a bit more of a control style game. But it still does end up being explosive when it does get the wins. Not doing that, mate. We're not doing that. We're not doing turn 2 Essel into boss monster. You can go and fuck yourself if I'm continuing that game. We're just getting out of that as soon as physically possible. Alright. That game didn't count, so let's play this game. Let's see what this one is. Looks like it's going to be a Psychic off. Hopefully. We do go first, which is very, very important in the Psychic Mirror. Let's hope we can get another back row card here. That's pretty good. All things considered, this is looking really good for us. Then we'll set 1, set 2, pass the turn. Alright, let's see what our opponent's got for us here. Hopefully, he hasn't bricked. So I'd really like to get a really good Psychic v Psychic replay, but every one we've had so far has just been a massive blowout. That could be a spell trap in his hand. Okay, what do we want to do here? We have Rhythmical, which is kind of nice. The issue is we don't have any room to put down Candy. That is our current major issue. Ironically, we could pop one of our own cards, but that seems really silly. We're going to flip up the Rhythmical Performer either way. Let's activate his effect. So we got our own Candy into Graveyard, which is kind of funny. That doesn't really sort us out, though, does it? Let's flip up Seraph of Darkness as well. I don't think we're going to bother flipping that up. That seems like just a silly play. Then we'll swing for 1,000. Go get him, champ. $500 damage. First blood. Last turn. Realistically, we shouldn't have flipped up the Rhythmical Performer. There was no real reason to. We just kind of wanted to do it for the sake of doing it, but you know, it's one of those things where, like, I'm just like, I want to click button. Rhythmical Performer. There's Candy. Activates Ready Shine. Megaton. If we had opened a boss monster, it's like if just any of these other cards was a boss monster, we were in such a strong position last turn, but unfortunately, we did not. Gonna pop the face down monster, I guess. Is that just to make room so that you can play cards? That's gotta feel bad. Okay, there's the jump up. So we're gonna send that. We're gonna gain a big power boost. We don't have any trap cards to stop him, so it's just pop off king. Well, that's 38. That's not the greatest. That's exactly lethal. Alright, unfortunately that's just another non-game then, so that's also just not a replay. It feels bad. With 3 Essel and 3 Rhythmical, aggro could go so hard now. Ah, yeah, you're not wrong. Like, just aggro finding any ways to get pluses is so good for them. Because that's what the deck lacks right now. It lacks any meaningful way to, like, increase their own advantage. Like, you can summon guys, you can attack over stuff, that's all fine and dandy, you've been able to do that forever. The problem is, having to go into double tribute monsters without, like, making them super cheap just always ends up being a bit of a pain in the butt. Ah, it's a shame. If we didn't get greedy with the Rhythmical Performer, that could have actually been a really good game as well, but we kind of punted it. But that's fine. We don't have to win every single game. We're just basically slinging shit at the wall and seeing what sticks right now. Again, Twixt, we're not... We've said this like 8 times, but we're not trying to build that Psychic deck. We're doing our own thing right now. Like, this build doesn't work without that card. Like, it just straight up... It would be a different deck. Alright, it's Rower. Let's see if he's on an actual Rower skill. He is, so this is probably going to be Royal Rebels. If it is, we're just hoping for a good replay here. Might 100% trying best Psychic Giga Chad confirmed. That's the thing, it's like... We're very clearly trying to do... like, the flip things down build. And the only real, like, advice we're getting is don't do that. And it's like, that's not helpful. How do we approach this? The problem is, again, going aggressive seems like it's always the wrong play unless your opponent's got a load of guys in attack mode. So let's do this. Let's pass on this. Okay, flips up Archfiend Soldier, flips up Essel. Is this just like bad Rebels? Yeah, this is bad Rebels. Okay. I mean, bad Rebels should still be more than enough to beat us, but... let's see what he is on. Sets another back row. So we just pissed away a Genie's Fire Breath for no reason at all. Maintaining your Genie's Fire Breath is so important in Rebels, and yet he's just thrown it away for no reason. How do we want to play this? I want to tuck one of his back row. The issue is going aggressive at all just feels bad. Because he's just going to slap down Royal Rebel boss monsters, and then we're just going to get eaten alive. But, like, we can't... I don't realistically think we're going to be able to 6,000 to 0 him in one turn. So I think we have to do something. So we're going to Candy... I think we're better off just pumping damage. If I do that, the problem is he's got 3 back rows, so I don't think there's a point in, like, going crazy here. We'll go Jump Up. Send this. Summon out the Can Melody. Set, set, set. I'm not happy about having to leave this face up. But the alternative was just not have it at all, which feels worse. Goes for the Combustion Crisis. Okay, we still got a good chunk of damage in. This is the problem, though. If he has a way to deal with our back row and just, like, summons out a Doom, then we just kind of die. This bit can be however you want. I just think with Torero and Jamp start to recycle the bosses being searchable, you can run 4 bosses, less bricks really comfortably. It's one of those ones where we already today have had plenty of games where we've not been able to search Prima because we've already just like found them all, and we haven't had like a good way to put them back in. So like that's, I mean, we're only on 5 as well, right? The difference between 4 and 5 is a whopping 1, right? Like it shouldn't make a big difference. Which is why it concerns me that there are so many people playing 6 boss monsters and just not bricking. And I'm like, how have you done this? What wizardry have you performed? This kind of sucks because we don't have an extra body to slap down. We need to force out the back row. I guess we have to do this. There's no... Well, I suppose we do this either way, right? We activate this. Target this. I guess we will just add it because we're going to discard a card in a sec anyway. We can then use Can Melody to put this back in our hand. I guess we just go for the 50-50. Like, if we hit the right one, we could just win off that. Full normal. Activate Jump up. Send this. Summon out Prima. Activate the effect. Throw out Tribute to the Doomed, because why not? Pop this. Set. And then we just hope the back row's nothing. Of course the back row isn't nothing! Of course we lost the 50-50! Oh well. We aren't even talking about Fleur. This is a rush stream. Bro, wake up and shows Water Fleur. They are bricking, but they're usually running 3 Jump up if they have 6 bosses, which is just bad ratios. Well, it's like I was talking to some people in a different Discord server, and we were basically... They were just like swearing by 6 boss monsters in Psychics. And I was just like, okay, but what happens if you just like open 2 boss monsters and don't see a Candy in the opening hand? And he was just like, that just never came up. And it's like... It's like, oh, you got these 12 win streaks by happenstance, apparently. Okay, we'll use this. Because we're dead if we don't. That's unfortunate. Well, when I use that, I have to use that, so I'd have to summon, 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 use the skill, use that to change something face down, tuck with that, swing with both of these. That would drop down by 800 and 200. So that would be 22 plus 5. So that's lethal. If I've mathed this out correctly. So normal Seraph of Darkness. Or normal Seraph of Darkness. Or normal Silent Assailant. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Summon. Activate the skill. Target this. Activate Can Melody. Pop this back. Hit this. Sure, I'll add that back as well, why not? Summon Silent Assailant. Activate Talismanic Seal Array. Yeah, I don't think it matters at this point. Target this. Go to battle, swing over this. and swing over this. Oh, we found the lethal line. Now 6 is such a luck-based high roll, can have a big play out, but it'll backfire. Less is better, more room for search and draw, more consistent, better recycling too. I mean, like, you don't have to pill me on it, Manicist. I agree entirely. The idea is that when you play only 4 boss monsters, you effectively still have 7 because every copy of Candy is another boss monster, right? That's the logic behind it. I guess we'll save that as well. It's finally a replay where both Royal Rebels and Psychic got to do what they want to do. Do I have... Okay, I'll tell you what, we're kind of done with this list now, because we've got all the replays we need for it. So, let's take a look and build this list, Joey. Let's build this. We can test this out for a few games, because I think this could be kind of a fun list to play. The one thing I'm not sure of is what we're doing with the rhythmical performers. That's the only, like, question mark for me right now. Ironically, this list doesn't actually change much. A lot of people are only playing the 1 copy of Can Melody. So already, this is, like, a little bit of a departure. Alright, we need 1 copy of this. We're looking at 3 of this, 3 of this, 3 of this. Is there anything else we're missing? I don't think so. So now it will be... Essel. Bam, bam, bam. Again, I'm still not sure. 6 bosses. Look in the deck build despite being bricky. Exactly. You brick because your faith in psychics is not strong enough. That actually might have some water behind it. That might have some weight. That's it then, right? That's 9 spell traps. That's a hefty chunk of spell traps. Right, jump, 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 jump. And then trap cards. We're looking at trap and trap. Okay, what am I missing? What have I forgotten? We've forgotten something. Tribute to the Doomed. That's what we've forgotten. Although I think there's still something else we've forgotten. Because we've got an extra one of those in. So something has gone wrong somewhere. What have we missed? Oh, 1 speedy performer. Alright. So now the question is, we get rid of this again. What do we take out? Take out the Ethel, more rhythmical. So you would drop the Essel. So you wouldn't take out the Siesta. You wouldn't also increase the number of Siesta. That's another part of that. You're happy with like a single copy of Siesta, right? There's also Speedy Performer, who like is just a one-of in here. Obviously we have 6 beaters, but you know, still pretty good. The deck feels worse than before. Are we talking about before the new box came out? Use mine for reference. Okay, let's go and look at the man, the myth, the legends deck himself. The fact that you've got 3 of that already is so disgusting. So you're playing a lot less beaters. That seems to be your primary difference. You are on 2 of those still. Part of me doesn't really want to get rid of all the beaters. I'm just not super fond of the Essels, to be perfectly honest. Right, let's try taking out the Essels first. We might put them back in a bit. We're just going to try without them, because I do like this. And more specifically, I really like the Boltricorn. Just because Boltricorn is really, really good when paired with Jamp Check, because it means with 1 spell and 1 monster, you get to like turn off all your opponent's stuff. So now we need to set the skill. Alright, let's take this for a spin for a few games. I would like to make this my active deck, please. Thank you very much. Wait, Tomato, did you look at your friends list? We have not left to have a look at the friends list. We'll go take a look at that now for you. Just for you. Just for you, Flugel. We'll go and take a quick Ganderino. Hours, 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 days. Yammy-Ra! Get out of here! 3 days is not long enough for us to get rid of him. 8 days ago on Impact. Rookie 1 as well. Goodbye. Samir is now dueling. 79 days on Just Martin. Like another rookie rank 1. ICKA, 42 days. Get out of here. What do you think this is? Some sort of charity? 35 days on MM Games? There we go. Now everyone's gone. We have plenty of room. Alright. Let's hop in and see how this works out. The beaters can be put back in for 1 each Torero Speedy, but because of Torero and Jamp Start, you can recycle the Psychic beaters easily. Ashe. Alright, let's see if this version of Psychics feels any better than the last. Obviously, if we don't go second, not having Essel doesn't really mean anything. It just means there's less stuff sent into the graveyard, right? I kind of want to keep the Candy. I think Candy makes the most sense to maintain, so we're just going to go ahead and settle all this stuff. And then parse the turn. Misplays incoming. That, right, Manicus, we don't misplay here, okay? We intentionally throw. There is a difference. Essel! You scumbag. Is this the time it's summoned? Normal summoned. What is our opponent playing then? What skill would you be on? Is this going to be... This is going to be the Hammer Crush deal? Or... This is going to be like the Worm one where you can play non-worms with it. If you could just attack straight across, that would be really helpful. I would like to just not lose as many life points. Yeah! Only 300. Draw for turn. Ah, okay. We've drawn a lot of bosses, even though we've just decreased the number. We already have both of our Jamp up, so we only have 1 target left to search for our deck. I don't think we want to search it, I can tell you that much. So I think we probably go for the Candy. Put it in the grave, change that level. Yeah, I think that's the line. We'll go 1. We'll go 2. We'll send this. We'll summon out Can Melody. Flip up Silent Assailant. Activate the skill. Target the Silent Assailant. Activate Can Melody. Get rid of this. We'll hit one of his back row. Then we can take this back to our hand. Then we're going to set... maybe I should have done that. Means I get to keep an extra card in hand. This way I get to keep an extra... I don't know if it would have been threatening lethal. Don't think it will. Let's just go for this. It definitely would have been threatening lethal. Okay, so what we could have done there would be to activate the Jamp Up, but I wasn't actually expecting all of our attacks to get through. I was expecting his back row to stop us. But what we could have done was use Jamp Up to summon this out with an extra 1000 attack, which, with the power of hindsight, would have won the game. But if he had, like, a negate attack or something, then doing that is just a waste of resources. We have less resources going into the next turn. It's kind of flippy-floppy. Okay, we lose our Jamp Up anyway, but maybe it wouldn't have mattered then. But again, hindsight 2020, isn't it? Not the Mega Monarch. Okay. 100% win rate. We could just stop playing now, and then the deck never lost. Easy, right? Ban Essel. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about Serena. Okay, let's just get rid of that card. Looks like HCD Monarchs. HCD. Hammer Crush Deal. Right, we got there. We got there in the end. We really had to get the cogs turning there. We had to like shovel some coal. Limit Essel. Banning is easy. Limit 3. Alright. So, Manicus, I get what you're saying. And I agree with you. But the words ban Essel roll off the tongue so much better. That's why we say it. Ban Essel means limit Essel to 3. Best way to stop people from playing it. I don't want her playable in any capacity. I despise her. I don't mind the weaker decks having it. I don't want the good decks to have it. That's what I don't like. How good are Psychics when going against actual good decks? I mean, they got second place in a tournament where presumably they had to play against something good at some point. So, the thing with Psychics is, right, if you draw well, if everything falls into place, the deck can just pop the fuck off and kill everyone. It's always been able to do that. The problem is, the amount of times that actually happens are a lot smaller than the amount of chances that it doesn't happen, right? That's the issue. So the Psychic deck has always been able to beat the best decks in the game. It's just not going to beat them anywhere near as much as it's going to lose to them. That's always going to be the problem. Psychics are at least pretty fun, in my opinion. Yeah, Psychics have always been a really fun deck. They're always really, really amusing to play. I've played against Machine and Cyburst. They do fine now, or at least better than they did. The only issue I see with a lot of the Psychic cards is a lot of them have very poor defense, which can lead to very awkward hands. Or very awkward boards even, against like Mirror Innovator. Like if I do this play, like my board is crap, right? If my opponent like just slaps down a Mirror Innovator here and like slams over, I'm taking like 2,000 easy direct damage. We both lost a Jamp check and he got a +1. Do not do this to me, bro. You did not +1 off of Rhythmical Performer and you're not now going to get... Okay, he only got an Essel. He still was a +1. He has just lost his other Jamp check though. So that's both of his Jamp checks in the graveyard and he chose not to use it anyway. Ready Shine. So I would assume we're going to add a boss monster, but then going to tribute these two, summon out Melody, put this back in the hand to bounce one of my monsters. Okay, I'm already a little bit confused. Are we just going to go for another Rhythmical Performer play? Is that the line? I mean, if this gambling works, it's really good, but if it doesn't work, it's very mid. Okay, we're just going for the beaters. We're just beating. Okay. Taking notes to bring up counterpoints anytime Grant says Psychics are bad. I mean, man's allowed opinion. That's actually pretty good, isn't it? I think we just have to do that either way. I think we'd want to do that either way, to be honest. So, Jamp Start. I would like to put this back in the deck. I would like to put this back in the deck. I would like to add this to my hand. Give me my life. Then I will. There's like nothing in the graveyard worth bringing back with Maginical because there's nothing in the graveyard. Which, it's not the end of the world. If we use that, we can get that back. We can tuck that. We would lose the ability to +1. I don't think we need that +1 right now. So I think we're just going to do this. We're going to Jamp up. We'll summon this out. Unfortunately, we're not going to get the extra plus, but that's kind of fine. We'll summon out Maginical Miracle. We'll activate our skill. Get Maginical up. Activate Can Melody. Pop this back in our hand. Get rid of that. We're going to set, and then we're just going to set this, because rather not just hold on to it. Slam into him, and we're going to pass. Right, our opponent has already used both of his Jamp sets, or Jamp checks even, so we're not feeling too worried about that. Sometimes Dead versus Psychic if you have two 1500 attack monsters in attack position. Yeah, Mirror is hard, but at least with Mellow, we now have more ways to plus off having lower life points. And we have Jamp Start and Check, which give us 1k life points, which is useful. When we get the fusions and the spell, which gives 2 monsters Pierce and attack boost in 1 card, he'll still save. The problem is, are you talking about, like, Greater Pierce? Is that the card you're talking about? Or are you talking about, like, a specific Psychic card? Because Greater Pierce is still a bit shit. I would say that the current Psychic feels strong if you see Candy. You have quite an okay chance of seeing the Candy as well, so... Okay, adds the Jamp up. Now we're going to put that back in the hand. Ah, you hit the right one! Lost the 50-50 there, lads. This is not looking good. Code Red. Code Red! Hello, I'm back. Welcome back, Soromir. Tributes to... Jesus Christ. Alright, mate, calm down. Why are we attacking the monster? So we still have... So now we're going to activate the Jamp up. Get rid of that. Summon this up with a power boost. Go and use it again. Get rid of my other back row. Now we're going to Jamp start. We're still going! Okay, that's going to gain him 1,000 life points. It's not really doing much other than that. Oh, no, it gets another body. How much damage is this, though? Oh, we're almost dead. I don't think we're going to have a turn as productive as that one. Jamp Check is dead. We can flip one of these down and attack over it, or we can flip one of it down and... tuck. The problem is if he just draws anything, we're just dead. There's nothing we can do about it. But we've got to do what we can. So Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Have I fucked this? I might have done. We can still kind of make this work. Activate the skill. Do this. Activate the effects. This back to hand. Get rid of that. Activate Tribute to the Doomed. His one. But yeah, we're in such a bad spot where if he just finds any boss or a Candy, we're just dead, so... Yeah, he just found Candy off the top. Okay, nothing we can do about that. I don't... There was maybe a little bit better we could have played that, but... I don't think it would have made a difference. I think he drew so well that it didn't matter what we had. I think, again, we could have played it maybe a little bit better, but it wouldn't have been the difference maker to be winning or losing the game. It would have just meant we would have been in a slightly better spot. I think we just got screwed there. How's Rush going? Hello, Geen. Rush has actually been going all right. We've had some pretty horrendous losses, but the majority of those losses were down to just horrific luck. So we're not too worried about them. I guess we're going to do this. I'm going to try and maintain the Boltricorn, because it might come up next turn, depending on if he can clear everything, or if he decides to clear everything. Is that shoulder phone Nian? Nian? Hydration's going to pop our Tribute to the Doomed, which does kind of stink, right? We don't really want to lose our Legend spell, but I guess it's better than losing a trap. Sets another back row, sets another back row. Swings him. Does kill the Maginical. So we get to keep our Siesta Torero, I guess, which is kind of nice. I'm not upset by that. Okay, how do we want to play this? We could summon, we can flip down, but I don't really see a need. Well, we can't even flip down. So we'll go Candy. We're going to go ahead and use Ready Shine on the Candy. Then we're going to grab this Prima. We're then going to summon and Tribute 2. Activate Can Melody. Pop this back in our hand. We'll get rid of one of these. We'll then go Candy. Activate Jamp up. We'll summon out the girl. Don't think we use this here. Although we could just get back another beta. Right, let's go Jamp Start. So we're going to put this back to deck, and we're going to put this back to deck. We'll take back the Silent Assailant. Now, if that back row's nothing... Hold. Hold. Wait. See, sometimes it just works. Sometimes it just... Now, to be fair, our opponent did have to, for seemingly no reason, just slap 3 monsters in attack mode. I kind of get what he was going for, try and cut off our resources as much as possible, but I don't feel like Psychic is one of those decks that needs to care about that too much. We'll save that replay. That was a funky one. Who doesn't have a funky replay, eh? Yeah, I feel that I lost to a guy who drew both his Kybermans and both of his Shining to say the least he was not happy. At least I was not happy. 9-win streak ended by another SAR. I mean, SAR is doing very well right now, so... It did just win a tournament by our very own. Told you this deck is both the best and the worst deck ever. Now, are we talking about SAR or are we talking about Psychic? Because both of those decks have been called both of those things at different times. Hello, sir. How did the Angel Cup go? Right. Which one of you motherfuckers is this? I know it's one of y'all. This is going to be Sora, isn't it? This is just Sora. Oh, the temptation to just scoop immediately so this person doesn't get their satisfaction is so high, but we will let them have their fun. Set. It's from Argentina. Who here is from Argentina? Sora's from Argentina, right? I'm calling it now. Sora's from Argentina. I don't know if Sora is from Argentina. But Sora now, from now on, is from Argentina. But yeah, the Angel Cup did not go well for us, unfortunately. We got very unlucky and just got completely knocked out of the first round. 1, 2. What are we drawing here? I guess that's kind of fine. It's too bad we don't have a 7 or higher engrave to get back. That would be really nice, but we'll go Candy. We'll go ahead and use the skill. We'll grab the Prima. I think here we are just going to Tribute. Then we'll summon. We'll summon. Activate the effect. This is a little bit scary against this deck. We probably really shouldn't be paying 1,000 life points and leaving 3 monsters in attack mode against exactly this deck. But, at the same time, it's kind of funny. They'll show up as a friend afterwards if you have them. I don't think I have Sora as a friend. So who knows? Are you ready for just hard summon max? Like we've just hard drawn it. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the hard drawn max. Losing the back row kind of stinks, but it's like, it's kind of whatever. Ah, yeah, I see what we're doing. 3,000 attack. Sets 2 more back row. Alright, buddy, calm down. We only take 800 there, which is not the end of the world. How do we want to play this? Not having check really sucks. Slamming that in attack mode also feels really stupid. So let's just go Tribute to the Doomed. Just going to discard this. We're just going to get rid of this. We're going to normal. We're going to normal. We're going to set. We're going to go to battle. We're going to swing. Goes for the negate attack. Okay. So this is slime. We know that that's slime now. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this does feel like cheating. This does feel like we're being stream sniped a little bit, but again, we do kind of invite it by streaming. Maximum overload. It's funny as well how this whole game has literally just come down to he found negate attack. This entire game was Sora found negate attack and we didn't find a jump check. that's just this game in a nutshell. Because if that negate attack hadn't gone off, he doesn't get to use Vultricorn, we don't lose our trap card and we just win. But unfortunately, the luck was not in our favor today. And we only barely lost as well. I'm not going to lie. That made the spellcaster slash thingy deck look really bad. Like that was a really bad showing from that. Sora, you actively made that deck look shit. I can't compliment you for that. You won by 100 life points and only won off of a legend trap. Like that's embarrassing, bro. Like, I don't know what to say. I feel bad for you. Alright, let's see what our next opponent's got. So, we're against an archive skill, so this could be anything. But yeah, after playing against that, I would say that SAR definitely feels like still the strongest way to play. I'm not even playing the maximum? Yeah, I assumed you weren't. I assume you're just playing the 6 little bits. But you can't, like, you can't not have it in the back of your mind that the maximum's going to come down when you see the maximum pieces, right? I mean, let's just get funky with it. Rhythmical Performer. Ah, so we mill our trap. I don't think it's worth... Might not even be worth summoning this, to be honest. Let's just attack with the 500 attack guy. Yeah, let's get it for 25. And there goes the volumes. And we'll pass on that. Let Sora cook. The Timber version of the deck. Place when you mill your legend card. Yeah, it's not the best in the world. If it was at least, like, we get a draw off of it, it would have been fine, but we did not get a draw off of it. Fortunately, Jamp Start is kind of ass here. It doesn't really do anything. Tributes 2, summons out the Trigger Drago. Again, that's fine. He doesn't get the piercing. He can still weaken one of our guys, which is fine. The main concern I have is that this man has so much back row. Really wants to try and cut us off from potentially getting a draw. I can respect that. Right, if we could find Jamp Check. We've got all the Jamps except the one we want. That's a bit disappointing, not gonna lie. He's got something in the back row to stop us, so there's no reason to like go super ham here. I think we're just gonna go Tribute to the Doomed, and we're just gonna actually just discard the Prima. Don't think it's worth holding on to. This way we'll at least force out a back row. So we'll go battle, we'll just swing with this. So he's got Slime. So now he's going to use the Slime. Which means one of these two is the Gate Attack. Which we'll just confirm here, yeah. That's the scary bit, is we haven't found our Jamp Check yet, and he's found both of his really good trap cards, which is super sketch for us. Trailblitzing Thunderblast, that's fine. None of our back row does anything. Still on Vorse Raider. I guess we just didn't get the Archfiend bundle. Stormbolt is annoying. I guess actually, it probably would have actually been more annoying if it was, Trigger Drago, since we have 0 cards in our hand. SAR feels so bricky sometimes, so I'm playing the Magnum skill that summons Engine, plus 800, minus 800, no difference except searching SRM once. I think that's the thing though, searching the SRM is really big. Like, that kind of is what makes the SAR list work. IMO. Obviously, you know, not losing a card as well. Where is... so now it comes down to, is he going to have any way to beat through us? We need to find Jamp Check. That needs to happen. So I think we're just going to chill. Let's do this. And then pass. He shouldn't have any way to get through triple set. Like, he might do. And if he does, we couldn't do anything about it anyway. But Trailblitzing Thunderblast just hits the other up. That's fine. Once again, that does nothing. I think that's all 3 of his back row hate gone, though. Yeah, it's all 3 of his back row hate gone. Yeah, feels bad to use 5 whole cards to make a board that will die next turn eventually. Yeah, it's not the greatest feeling in the world, but... 1 to the bin. 2 to the bin. 3 to the bin. Jamp Check has finally shown itself, so maybe we can actually play the game. Have we lost both of our up already? We've only lost 1 up. We got how many bodies? We're on lower life points, so if we do a bounce, we can add that back to hand. 1, 2, 3 bodies. I have to put that back to my hand and then get that back with that. Let's start off with Rhythmical Performer. Activate its effect. I'd love a draw, thank you. I'd like to have had that first, but it is what it is. Then we'll summon out Candy. We're going to go ahead and use Jamp Check. Thunder Spark. And Ghost Cyclone. Well, we're going to get rid of the Thunder Spark out of these two. Yeah, I'll gain some life points. Oh, I should not have gained those life points. Oh, we're now a body down. Does it matter? No. Ready, shine, target this. I need this in my hand. Normal summon. Tribute 1, Tribute 2, summon this, activate the effect, this back to hand, target this, normal, normal, Tribute 1, Tribute 2, got a battle. How much damage is this? Is this attack's here? That's 18. Boop. Boop. Hey! Well, we managed that somehow. Because you have to choose between summoning the third beta or set a card. I'm liking 2 SRM now that we have Sorcerer. 2 SRM? Could be onto something there, actually. 2 SRM. Could be pretty spicy. Because you don't, you only get the search once. If we're using cards to recycle cards back into our deck, that's also just kind of fine. Not drawing into as many SRMs as well is also fine. Because again, if we do have the Sork, we're basically toolboxing the graveyard. And we're guaranteed going to get one search at some point throughout the game. I think Ursus is onto something there. So yeah, that set that Sora was talking about, that was the bloody Thunder Spark thing, which is very funny. Alright, but, we have had some very weird games today. I think it goes without saying that this version of the list that we've been playing is a lot stronger, right? So this is the new version of the deck that we've been playing. This feels pretty good. I'm still not really sure about Essel. I don't know if I really care about Essel. I don't really feel like Essel adds much to this deck unless your opponent plays like an idiot. Like, the extra +1, I guess, is, like, fine. But, like, your body is always just going to be something crap anyway. So it's like, whatever. I also like 2 SRM. So if that was Dwan's idea, then hats off to Dwan for coming up to it. Our resident champion. You should play Spellcasters now! I mean, So one thing I was looking at in Spellcasters, do we have it up here? I was trying to make this guy work. This is what I was trying to make work. So the logic with this guy is that if you can get back a monster that's level 5 or higher with 1000 defense, and it was like, well, you can get back Seven's Road Witch. But realistically, I think this is cope. I don't think this is actually very good. No matter how I built it, it just felt bad. Also, we put Harpy Lady in there for fun. But yeah, Spellcasters, I think I'm going to try it out, like the newer builds that have been coming out. Obviously, we'll take a look at Dwan's list when it gets posted, and we'll kind of look at that. This is the deck that we were playing otherwise today. This just uses Seraph of Darkness. Now, again, we knew this was going to be kind of mid. Zeus isn't great in Spellcasters. So the logic, right? So we'll just go back to that quick. The logic of why we were trying it was it's just a plus, right? You give your opponent back a spell. So that doesn't matter because the idea is we're trying to kill them that turn, right? So we give our opponent a spell. We can then take back a Seven's Road Witch or a Torna, which then, Seven's Road Witch is full combo because we can then use the SAR, grab out the Seven's Road, slam it down, bam, 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 bam. That was the logic, right? We get a +1, which is always going to be really, really powerful. Them getting a spell doesn't matter, and we have cards that we can actually get back with the Zeus. That was the logic. In practice, I don't think it actually works out being very well. Zeus being a dark really hurts that kind of synergy. And again, like we're saying, I think where we have access to Sorcerer, I don't think we need to go as hard into recycling Witch. We can just get the Sorcerer, which goes into the Witch and the Magician anyway. So I think it is a little bit cope trying to make that work. But what were we looking at? Zeus is great Spellcasters. Have you been cooking pigeons yet? Yeah, we did try pigeons. Pigeons does feel a little bit cope. Pigeons, this is what we basically came up with. Pigeons feels like you need the exact right trap lineup to counter the deck you're playing against, and if you don't have that correct trap lineup, you just die. So, for example, if you're playing against a deck that uses a lot of level 7s, sure, Combustion Crisis is great. If you're not, it's just burn for 600, which you'd think would be okay, but you really need something to actually stop it. Recital is generally good against most things, but against some things is also kind of a bit naff, like against machines, they don't really care about Recital. Counter Pigeons is another really weird one, where a lot of the time, you're going to be against a deck that doesn't give a shit that you're reducing their monster's attack. Like, 7's Axel Road. They're not going to care. They're just going to boost over you. Maximum Overload. They don't care. They're just going to weaken you. Maximum Ragnarok. They don't care. They're going to weaken you and boost over you. Machines. They don't care. They're just going to boost way over you, right? So Counter Pigeons does feel like it's not in a great spot for this current meta. Even, like, Royal Rebels will just pop Night Vision, so you won't get to use Counter Pigeons. Like, Counter Pigeons is a very weird one. I'm not a huge fan of it at the moment. If you mean Vassal when you say skill. Probably. No space for the spell. Yeah, the monster's effect we saw earlier. Yeah, so this was how we cooked with this. I think this is a little bit cope. I think if you know the deck you're going against and you can tailor your traps for that matchup, the deck can be pretty good. I think otherwise, I'm not a big fan. Maybe there's something we can do with it later, though. We'll just wait for the ad break to finish before we continue talking. We need the night vision traps now! True. Just do that in case people can't see because of the silly adverts that decide to just come and interrupt our conversation. But yeah, this was the flippy list. I think this flippy list is fun. I do still really like it. I think it's cool. I don't think it's good. Well, it's not good. It's not the best way to play Psychics. This is 100% not the correct way to play Psychics. This is, however, very funny to flip your opponent's cards down and just have a nice little interaction, which is very, very fun. I think if you wanted to play Psychics, something more similar to this is probably going to be what you want to be cooking. I think Start is really, really good. I think I was actually underestimating how good this card is. Other than that, like, the monster lineup is actually very similar to the other one. We're obviously missing a lot more of the flip downy cards, but we do have a lot more kind of just gas. Well, not even really gas, just muscle and just more 1500 beaters. So it's actually very, very similar, all things considered. But I think with that, that is going to be the end of today's stream. I know it's sad, but we've gone 20 minutes over our usual time anyway. And don't forget, there is going to be a Quantum Rush on today. So make sure you all sign up for the Quantum Rush. Make your second performer prismatic. I can't do it until the shop resets. So tough. But we had a great time. We obviously scrubbed out of the tournament, which is fine. It's not the end of the world. We do want to play some more Aqua. I do really enjoy the Aqua deck. I do think the Aqua deck is still reasonably strong. I think it just needs a bit of encouragement. You just need to not get quite as unlucky. But we'll see what happens as we go forward. But we will be back again on... Oh, are we playing on Sunday? I don't think we're going to stream on Sunday because there is a tournament on Sunday. So we probably won't be streaming on Sunday because there's the Challenger Cup and then straight after that is the Grand Prix. So we're probably not going to be doing that. But we'll be back again on Tuesday at the regular time. So thank you all so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.